No, do the other stuff no more. Hey everybody, it's another session of Tombs and Tendrils. I actually have no idea what session it is. I haven't even... I put the session together.
59?
No, I think we're in the 60s.
I think it's 61.
22.
But I want to be sure. Yep. Or is it 62? Everybody's captivated. Oh, 661.
All right. Yeah.
I was right.
There we go.
Who wants to assist with a recap? I know it's been a little bit.
It was more strategizing.
We just made plans.
Yeah, it was largely based off of that. We got in contact with Is that the?
Oh yeah, the robot man.
Yeah, Magos Cassids.
Oh.
Okay.
Sure.
And we were able to coordinate our plans a little more. So we're going to. We figured out the details behind the general ideas we had the session before. So like we're gonna have a group go underground and take over factories and make those scanners. Was one of the bigger things. We made a deal with Magos Cassids to go to the depths, which I think we were going to do anyway because we wanted to get the sisters to talk with the politicians or the noble houses.
Yeah, same thing, really.
Yeah. But we also need to go to space to contact the firebrands to see if our message got out.
Yes.
And to ask for their help.
Yeah. Were there any other plans that we fleshed out more?
I think those were the big ones.
And we were kind of leaving Thaddeus to sort of take the point on the factory-based stuff once we got your buddies coordinated in that direction.
He also is supposed to...
He's going to help connect us to the depths as well.
I
don't remember if that was before or after the factory stuff or during.
He's going to let you know when the communication's established so that you guys can pursue the depths.
Yeah.
And actually, the order of operations that I wrote down for you, it's in line with what you were saying. But so for your item 1, there was the refugee camp, and meeting Inquisitor Drogos.
Yeah.
And then step 2 was the firebrand / abandon, which I don't know if we mentioned. And then step 3 was the depths, provided Thaddeus is ready. Step 4 was getting the sorors to the nobles, and then step 5 was organizing a council with the Inquisitors to discuss the dealings of Alvis.
And what's her face?
Mirari,
yeah, we were considering trying to get Mirari to
that was part of the
guide
refugee.
us.
She should be with...
Yeah, she's in the refugees.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was she doing? She knows where the vault is, supposedly. Yeah. She's been trying to figure that out.
So we were going
Big vault expert, that one. Vault. She's always involved with vaults and underground stuff.
So, there we go.
Never mind. Ready.
I thought you had like a big thought there, man.
I thought I did too, and
you
I just got away.
You wound up for it. And...
Well, I was just trying to remember stuff with Mirari. I remember there being a little altercation with Joss about it, but I don't really remember what.
Well, Joss never really dealt with Mirari.
Like you.
I fought her.
It was a brief fight, though. Like,
it
could be bygones. Yeah, I'm just saying, like.
No, I just know she's trouble.
Oh yeah, you believe her to be trouble.
We still don't.
No.
What in the grand scheme of things do we actually understand about anything she was doing there? Yeah. Probably some nasty stuff.
But she stole our friend.
He's dead now.
That's not true.
She stole my friend.
And friends never say die.
Whoa, what a place for a Goonies quote.
Yeah.
There's always a place for a Goonies quote in my heart.
Not wrong.
Okay.
I think that's all we had, though. That was it. But we have our plan now. We're ready to just Get
We're
started.
ready to go.
Can someone hand me the Book of Judgment?
No.
They're in there somewhere.
I scoff at you.
Scoffing.
Yeah.
Oh, the thing.
Did we already do an alternate crit?
You're about to.
No.
I said Tanner.
Good, because I can't roll it.
Alright, come on, you nasty dice. Give us something in the 60s.
Nah.
Oh, close.
I got you confused with
Oh my
somebody
gosh.
I'm trying to ignore on the internet, Mr.
72.
70.
Again.
Alright, 72 Twiz.
Quiz.
Alright. Mr. Derek. Thaddeus is going to unlock. Let me just make sure you don't need. I think you were supposed to. Okay, so we're going to do a modified version of the talent Pack Hunter for you.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, and I want you to know that now that you have this this cybernetic, you can have a number of dogs under your command equal to your toughness bonus.
Not bad.
And so, let me just look at the constructor interface. All right, so do you have a piece of paper you can write notes on?
Yes.
Oh. So actually, the device can interface with up to 5 constructs, but you can only actively issue commands to 2. Yeah, there's nothing about a Potenticoil in here. Okay, so the page numbers that I want you to look at, it's both of them in Book of Judgment, and it's page 45. And in that page specifically, I want you to read Wolfpack Tactics and Pack Hunter. I'm not opening the alternate rank up to you, just these two things. And then page 77, I want you to read the Constructor Interface, because that's what you've been granted.
Cool.
And then I will hand that to you.
Much obliged.
And I think I still got to get you the stats for Nagir, but I want you to write the Constructor Interface implant on your character sheet. And I'll go narrative for a second. So, you guys are still talking with Malin. The meeting's still going on, like you haven't left exactly yet. So during the meeting, Thaddeus has been talking, but he's been tinkering with some different things. And so he has made a constructor implant for Crisis, and it's circular, about that big in length, and it looks more like a dish, like a wavelength dish. And then it's got, of course, the cybernetics and wires and stuff coming out of it. And he says that you can select which location that you want this on, but he would recommend near one of your shoulders or something. Unless you want it directly on your head. But it has to interface with your spinal cord.
Yeah, it's interesting. Because I wear a flamer, right?
Well, yeah, but it's strapped, so I mean, technically, whatever shoulder it's not gonna rest against, it'll be
Gotcha.
fine.
Okay. Then probably like.
And you can
I
have
guess
it.
it doesn't.
You can have it to where it can still interface. It is a dish, but it does rest more flat than anything. Like, it doesn't protrude that much.
Gotcha. Yeah.
He's pretty good with his crafts.
Is it pretty solid?
I rolled for that test and got a 4.
Probably.
It's just narrative.
Right shoulder, just there.
If he gets shot in the disc, is that going to destroy it?
If they do a called shot, it would take damage, and that is an option. And I want to point out, we're going to stop on that note. If anyone uses called shot, you can use called shot on anything, which means you can shoot people's weapons out of their hands if you really felt like it. There is a talent called deflect shot, and it only works for like up to solid objects. But in the past, what I have allowed is if somebody has a telekinetic blade summon, or if they're using spectral hands, they can do deflect shot with that against, well, there's catch projectile psychic power. How did we do it? It was like you would do a catch projectile as a reaction, and then in your turn you could, because you could hold them there. And so, yeah, you could telekinetic blade a plasma blast back at someone, or something crazy like that. And then for deflect shot, if anybody does do a deflect shot, when you do it, if you roll crit, you'll have it's 1 to 10 crit. You'll have the opportunity to make a ballistics test, and kind of it's like a Jedi deflection at that point, where like I hit that thing back good enough to where, let's say I directed it right back in your face. So there's some cool options. And then also for game schematics, I was talking with Tanner a while back about psychic stuff, because I went on a forum and found an accident. But there was an errata that was released for Dark Heresy, and there was a thing put out about psychers being too broken, and one of the ways that the developers went against that, like just to nerf them just a bit, was that if somebody uses psychic powers against you that are ballistic based, or like that are gonna come and get you kind of thing, you can use your willpower test to dodge.
Oh.
And that's where resistant psychic powers comes in, because then you get a +10 to that. Because there was a big thing about how the resistance +10 doesn't like mean anything, but it can totally mean something.
Gotcha. Nice.
Not just against your mind.
So we can attempt to dodge with willpower.
Yeah, so you'd be dodging with your willpower. So it's not a physical dodge.
It's like a mental dodge.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't believe that you have psychic powers, and they're like, oh dang.
You got me.
So you're an orange. That's funny. Yeah.
Even if it's something that you can't see.
Yes.
Okay.
Any psychic. Well, okay.
So, like you can.
So I will say, if you're surprised, then yeah, absolutely. But like if you know you have an opponent there and they're doing it, that's when you get the test.
So like first time that they're throwing that at you, maybe not. But like once you know that they can.
No, if you know you have a target and they do a psychic power at you, you have the opportunity. But if you're not in combat, you don't know they're there or something like that, and they do it,
or your back is turned, or okay.
Because like, I don't know if this is true, but isn't everyone at least to some degree connected to the warp, aside from like the untouchable creepy people? Like everyone's kind of in on it. So wouldn't you like, I don't know,
it's subtle.
Have a little like inkling, like.
Whoa. Hey Derek, can you take that lamp over there and just point it directly at the table?
This one?
Yeah. It's like so bright.
It is.
It's straight down?
Straight down.
I like it. I thought you were saying point it at our table. And then you said something about it being so bright, and I was like, oh wait.
Much better.
Yeah, you could even just shut it. I don't care. Do what you want. If you want the light. Whatever. And then Thaddeus has also been working on something else. And he leans over as he's attaching the cybernetic, and he's like, so, how's your arm doing, Derek?
Will
I'm so sorry.
is gone. And bitten.
Oh.
And he says, well, I have been thinking about that, and I prepared something for you.
Oh, really? It is very convenient. It's hard to hold flamer with stump.
This is an alteration, and he like mutes his voice lower, and he's like, so officially it could be considered heresy, but unofficially I took an arm that already existed, and I took other components that already existed, and I put them together. So if you're okay with that, I present to you the Thaddeus pattern cybernetic arm. And he holds it up and he says, I call it the Inferno Palm. So, yeah. So, this arm is obviously special. You look at it and there's some fancy components all over it. And Thaddeus tells you, he says, so, a man of your stature and the inspiration that you help sow in others, I think deserves a symbol, especially with the miracles that you've been able to perform. So, the Inferno Palm, if you'll notice, there's like little holes all over the hand specifically.
Oh no, my trypophobia.
Just, yeah. Just little teeny ones.
That's worse.
Yeah. Some of them move. Anyway, yeah, so this hand has these holes in it. And you see that on the forearm there's a plate. And he opens the plate up, and there's a flame canister that fits in it. And he puts it down and he says, so with this hand, it's not a power fist. Doesn't have that capacity. But it's a flame hand, and you can make a fist out of it, punch people with the flame hand, but it goes a little bit further than that. So the weapon is melee / thrown. You can throw your hand at people, and it's on a 10-meter grapple hook.
Ooh.
And so you can throw your flaming hand at people if you want. And to reload your hand, it's a full action to get it to clip back in, and then it's a reload, full turn for the flame canister. To ignite your hand is 1 use, and a flame canister with your hand would be divided into 10 uses. And then the hand, when ignited, it gains the flame weapon quality, and etched into the hand, Thaddeus has done a little bit of artisan work. And so in the center of the hand is an aquila, and around it in a circle says, fear not the eternal fire, lest thine soul be extinguished.
Does it work like a grappling hook still as well?
Yes.
That's
Because you
dope.
fell.
Nice.
So you can fill that
cool.
in.
Awesome.
Would you like the hand?
I must consult Gold Emperor. Yes, please.
And you look down and it's already attached.
Oh wow.
Because I spent a fate point and I rolled a 10. Which actually, the 50 would have been fine because I have like forever intelligence.
That's forever.
Mm.
Oh yes,
Mm.
well, this is very appreciated. You're a good friend.
Thank you. And yeah, that gun, or not that gun, that hand, the damage is 2d10 with 2 pen.
Oh.
And don't forget to add your strength bonus when you use it.
Okay.
But it's all on the card. Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
2d10 plus. It's on here. Yeah. Okay. 2d10 plus strength.
Yeah.
2 pen.
I don't know how much you'll use it, but I figured it was fun. It's a
It's
narrative.
crisis.
It's yeah. Which also, I mean, if you think about it, because you do a thrown test, so you do strength and then you do ballistic, but you can like straight up grab people by the throat from 30 feet away and then light their head on fire while leaving the Aquila stamp on their throat.
That's crazy awesome. It deals just as much damage as my heavy flamer, although it doesn't have the auto hit quality. So, but it'll have plenty of use.
Oh, and when it has the flame quality, when you punch somebody, then they test to be caught on fire.
Oh yeah,
my gosh.
yeah, it's just nice.
It's gross.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
I was gonna give it the toxic quality, and I was like, stop it.
No, you're going too far. Oh gosh, that would have been terrible.
Toxic quality. Also, plasma.
Also, it has bats. Lots of bats.
They just fly out when it hits them.
When you trigger your
I don't know, but it can.
beast ability, it deals 20d10 damage.
Oh no.
And then Marion, I don't think he really had much. He sits. Oh, you guys wanted to know the name of the other Inquisitor on the planet.
Thought we already
Thought we
got that.
did. It was a lady.
Well, yeah.
Did we?
Yeah,
Thought we got the Transylvanian guy.
Drogos?
That's Drogo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but did we get the other one?
No, but her name's Alicia Keys.
Alicia.
Keys, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. I feel like I've heard her
He doesn't know much about her.
mentioned before. Huh.
What the heck is that?
Don't worry about
Oh, that's a motorcycle on the highway.
Sounds Mongolian.
Oh. Oh, like the throat singing.
Yeah.
Like, what? Mongolian motorcycle? You have like a sense for it?
Yeah, he's got really good ear for motorcycles.
Just poor quality ones.
Oh.
Sounds Taiwanese.
Did we talk too much about the status of the Gene Stealer cult? The current status?
Pretty
Depends
much,
on what you mean.
we talked about assassinating like the Primarch or whatever, but then it was like we couldn't really do that because we have no idea where he is, and then also if we did, he'd just be replaced. So
Yeah.
just
Like it would
Yeah.
confuse them all for a while, but
we have no way of doing it.
and it would take a lot of time and effort to do that. I mean, if we find a lead, cool, but it's not on the popular sense in like.
Kasich, or not Kasich, Malin. He says, well, so the thing about the Gene Stealer cult too, because Terrigen and I have already talked to you about the devastation that they caused when they first caused their uprising, but do an intelligence test out of nowhere, Terrigen.
Dude, this is embarrassing, but when you said Terrigen, I was like, who's that? I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. Intelligence
I don't
test?
remember that name.
Yeah, 15. I killed it.
Cool. All right, so you're gonna know everything I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, well, I mean, what would you say? They're still very vicious, but they're not siege fighters. They're guerrilla fighters. So they can't, like, I mean, we've been to a couple forges and hives that they totally took over, and now they're ghost towns. They can take down a forge. They just can't keep it. And so, if you want to attack the Gene Stealer cult the right way, do your best to eliminate the recruiting process. So I think these scanners, like if these can be implemented, if you can stop them from gaining numbers, that's where you'll starve them out. Because, frankly, just from what I know about Tyranids, like the Hive Fleet should be here. The Hive Fleet should have been here. And I know we've got everything going on the way that it is, but I think we would have known if a hive fleet was coming into the system. I think that would have been made known to us. So, they're not here.
Probably woke up a little early.
For sure. Okay.
Do gene stealers just like connect to the nearest hive fleet in the universe?
So the way that the gene stealers work, and this will be out of game because Malin doesn't even have access to this. When a gene stealer cult starts to happen, and they build their numbers, they create what's called a psychic shroud, and it's not something that's really noticed until it's too late. But basically, their little psychic signature of the hive mind gets stronger and stronger until it actually starts to sever the connection of astropaths to the Astronomicon. But what a gene stealer cult also is, it's something that any hive fleet consents as being, here's a buffet.
It's like a little beacon.
It's a beacon.
And
so while Tyranids will attack the galaxy and just spring from world to world, and they don't really care, there's a direction there, and typically they're headed towards wherever a gene stealer cult is strongest.
That's interesting that somehow these gene stealers were activated, but that there's still no.
But then, like I said, it only takes one gene stealer. It sneaks on a ship, and the ship goes somewhere else, and the gene stealers start the whole process over there.
Right, but like for them to like turn on and like do the whole like rebel against the world thing.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if one of those big hive fleets like was just passing close by, and there was a place that had just more gene stealer cults in a closer area.
Yeah.
So it was more efficient to go that way. I don't know.
Yeah, go that way.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of reasons why a cult would activate if they're found. It's like if they're truly found,
right?
Like gotcha, then they'll activate and they'll just fight like dragons. They're terrifying. What their ideal scenario is that they'll get about 1/3 of the planet. Not even. It's a very high number though. Like a gene stealer cult would replace all of the world leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And many people who control would be the big ones, and they would heavily populate whatever military or law enforcement there was. They would also heavily populate whatever factories, water treatment facilities, food industries. They'd get all through there. They would infiltrate the hospitals. Basically, anything that, if it went down, would be a crisis. They'll they'll populate those, and then they'll wait until the patriarch will be able to sense when the hive fleet is when their arrival is imminent, and then he'll spring it and he'll topple all of the governments at the same time. He'll take down all forms of defense, and the whole planet will be in a complete state of anarchy. Not a bunch of dead, but just no organization.
Right.
And then the hive fleet will come, and then the planet will have no defense.
Right, because that's pretty scary.
And the lower a defense against a Tyranid hive fleet that a planet can have, the more biomass they're going to get.
So really what's happening on this planet is kind of like not ideal because there's a big war going on, and they've themselves have consumed a lot of the resources, and
not even consuming resources, but because of how they had to spring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that they can't fight forever unless they just continue to replenish. But as soon as a gene stealer cult's found out, it's very hard to get your numbers back, because they have to get the gene seed into a bunch of people, have them reproduce, get the gene stealers going, and it's 4 generations until you get a pure strain. No, until you It's 4 stages to complete the cycle. I think the third step's to get a pure strain. Am I right? Or maybe it's 4 and then the 5th is a human again. I don't know, but it's a human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's cool.
I'd have to refresh. But it's pretty dope.
That's one way of putting it.
It's cool lore. It's fascinating. It's terrifying, though.
It is scary.
Anyways.
It's kind of only scary if you think about it. Does anybody have anything else that they would like to talk about? A boot.
Do we need any equipment?
Actually, that's a good question.
You might.
I'm literally still just wearing like overalls.
I thought we talked about getting equipment. Maybe that was a different time. Someone should also.
Overalls and a cool hat.
Yeah.
Can somebody hand me an Inquisitor's handbook?
You got it, Katie. Don't you worry.
I really can't read those titles.
Preferably the one with blue tape.
That's a demon hunter. Oh, is it this one? Yeah, this is blue tape.
Messed up one. We'll run it into the ground. All right. Yeah, we can do a little bit of armory stuff real quick.
Is this pro bono?
Well, I gotta figure out what Melon has. Let me think about that.
I think I already got all my stuff.
You might need to chat with Reese and stuff too, but we can at least get you something.
You need some armor, right?
It's really all I need. And even that, at the end of the day, is
Oh, good. Oh, that's good.
debatable.
It's just all good. That's so cute.
Pretty sure I have a grand total of like $30 though.
That's okay. You can have.
Malin interrupts and he's like, "I'm not selling anything, but we can probably get you some armor."
Alright.
What's your strength?
My strength. My strength is a 29.
What's your agility?
60.
What's your
Ooh.
toughness?
30. 31.
Say.
My toughness kills me because it's a 59.
That's the worst.
Mine's 58. It used to be 60,
Oh.
but then we switched around the
Divinities.
yeah, and I lost 2.
So good.
It's so sad. It's okay. I just need to get another one somehow.
Dude, my guy is so shooty.
So
22, you point and shoot.
such high ballistic.
Yeah, but he uses 2 heavy stubbers.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, he just has
That's
like
a lot of bullets.
he has potenticoils, right?
Yeah.
But their only purpose is like holding the top, and then he has bulging biceps, so then he just uses that on the bottom.
I want a picture of what your guy looks like. I just want to imagine a thick robot boy.
Thick.
Just like, boo,
Gaga.
thick. Yeah.
Thick boy. But my guy's thick like THICK, not like Titus thick, which is ICCCCCC.
He was weirdly thick.
What's your armor class?
My armor class, I think, literally is like a 203 just on the body right now.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
I'm
Just planning on burning you.
Oh. Yeah.
No, I just have an ability where I have to take armor class into account.
I don't usually wear heavy armor.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right.
I used to know.
Malin says, "Well, I've got 2 armors that I would be willing to let you choose from. First, I have the it's called the Magistratum Combat Carapace. That's what it looks like.
Okay.
It's a little hardier. It has flash reactive eyepieces built into the helm, though, so flash grenades wouldn't affect you. And then it also has a respirator, a comm bead, and a photo visor, which can be pretty handy. And it'll be head, arms, body, and legs 5. And it does weigh about 16 kilograms.
Okay.
And then the other one would be a hardened body glove, which you can actually see right there. And the hardened body glove, so it's form-fitting, flexible mesh that hardens upon impact to disperse the impact. You can wear it under clothes, so you can hide the fact that you're wearing it. And it also basically it's for people who want to protect themselves without an overt show of doing so.
You see the Steam stuff?
And it features.
I bought another Total War game.
Oh.
It's usually $60.
It can be upgraded to be hard to dispect with auspexes, and it would impose a -20 on people trying to sense you through an auspex scanner.
Oh, I definitely think that would be more my flavor.
That would be an upgrade though, but Reese could probably hook you up with that. And then that one's just arms, body, legs 3.
Okay. That would be more my style. I need to be able to move quickly.
Okay, and then some Malins are like, okay, well, what kind of clothes would you like?
Sorry.
Just. Oh shoot! Do we have any of those? I remember reading that's like the camo. I want to say chamomile, but that's not the word.
Camo mesh.
Yeah, like there's like camo cloaks or something that you can wear that help you. Some chamomile cloaks.
I'm allergic to Earl Grey.
It's a shame. No, actually, tea's gross.
What a twist.
Yeah, that's a long shot, but if you have any of those cloaks, I'll just wear that over this because I tend to like to hide anyways. Getting in nice hidden positions is nice.
I don't have anything like that, but I do have a black trench coat that would fit you nicely.
For now. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. That.
Your followers are gonna start having this big handprint on their faces.
Oh no!
On their
then,
shields. The white hand.
Here, this will help you as well. And he hands you. It's kind of like a big scarf headdress thing. It's called a ballistic surcloth.
Nice.
And you can doll yourself up with that however you want. But basically, it gives your head, body, and arms +1 to the armor.
Okay.
And it goes over the top of other armors too. Like it pairs with it.
I see.
So I was like, yeah, I'll give you that.
Come on, darling.
Also, actually, no, that's enough for now.
And the trench coat is like more of like a witch hunter kind of status.
Yeah.
But there's no hat.
Kind of like that sort of like military looking style. That
Yeah, high collar, big cuffs.
Yeah. That's so good.
So you got your 2 fists.
I do.
That's good look.
I'm ready. I feel good.
And
Come here.
I do want to. Well, wait until we bug Reese because I'm sure Alan's got better things to do.
yeah, just clothing the homeless.
Yeah. Cool.
Anybody else?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You all geared up? I don't know if we ever did that. Did we?
We did.
Oh, good. So
yeah.
you got some good stuff. What weapons do you have?
I have, so there's an integrated las rifle that's on my arm, and then I have 2 heavy stubbards. We were deciding between that and then I think like a plasma gun or a flamer, but I don't know if we ever decided. But I just went with the 2 heavy stubbards because I just have 1 written in here, but we were talking about 2. So the 2 pententacoils.
Pententacoil. 2.
2 ballistic ones. Oh wait.
Oh, Mega-Dendrites.
Yeah.
Oh, are you Crimson Guard?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you are. Okay. Well then we should talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
I don't want to go super in depth. Did you like the heavy stubber thing?
Yeah, I'm cool. That works. No.
So cool.
Because like when we did Regis,
Yeah.
he's got 2 standard plasma guns on 4 mechadendrites, and yeah, it's a huge overload on his slots. But he does have that. But we could do something for you. Like, I don't know if you wanted plasma or the flamer, or if you wanted bolt or something like that.
Yeah.
But maybe we could hook you up with like one and do like a heavy version or something.
Okay.
Because you're more of a soldier anyway.
Uh-huh.
Or we could put missile pods in your back. That'd be cool.
Wait, so I'd have a heavy stubber and then one of those, or just one of those?
Do whatever you want, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll do a heavy stubber and a plasma gun. You can do that.
Okay. Cool. I'll go over that with you later, but we'll just say you already have it because you were supposed to already have it. Cool. And then I think you guys were good talking to Malin. Unless you have thought of things. I've gone over what I thought of.
We got all
I actually do have something.
How dare you?
Out of game, but still amongst the people. Is that okay?
Oh, you can just Vox speed real quick and whisper, or you can just type it out on a data slate.
You can blink it to us.
Okay.
Morse.
Oh my gosh, he's having a seizure.
We can just say you're messaging him.
Cool. Do you guys think we should ask Cassix for more people? Because he's probably got lots, and 1,000 seems kind of slim. He's being a little stingy.
He's sending us 1,000, like, what are they called? The Scutari,
Yeah.
right? Like, honestly, like, the people who are, like, the soldiers in my thing, like, some of them were actually soldiers, but then some of them were, like,
just like
gangbangers or dudes. So those 1,000 Scutari are probably pretty, like, some of them, they're going to be way better than some of my dudes. But we could probably ask. I would be cool with asking.
Yeah, I think some of his services were dependent on us going to location.
How many more were you thinking?
But
I don't know. I'll just bring it up.
Like, we could double it, be like, actually 2,000.
actually, 200,000.
Thaddeus interjects and he's like asking for 2,000 on a world of 300 plus trillion. It's not a lot. You could ask for far more.
We would like 2 million.
I have no idea what's a good number.
I don't either. I just figure we can.
Let's go shoot big. Worst thing he can do, like, let's ask for 100,000. And then if he's like, no freaking way, I'll give you 70. We'll be like, all right.
I just figure we can bargain it with, like, we need some to go with each of our different factions that we're sending out. Not factions, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Plus, we'll want people to train the people who don't know what they're doing.
That's true. I dig it.
Who wants to make the request?
Super not me.
Thaddeus is preoccupied with attaching an
Well,
arm
yes.
to Crisis.
I'm not a very diplomatic individual.
My fellowship's kind of low.
Yeah, my fellowship is
Oh,
garbage.
wait. Is he, let's see here.
Except, isn't, no, Malin's your dude.
Crisis, do you have the option to get thrown weapon training?
In my... Actually, let me
just
look.
in your past somewhere. You should pick that up if you have that option.
Yeah.
Because that would greatly help what you could do with that hand.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just throwing it like a grenade.
Would it be in the normal book? And potentially in some where I took other classes, but...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your normal book's probably your best bet.
Okay. I have...
Oh. I have secret tongue tech.
Bottom.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
In logic.
You have secret tongue tech?
Yeah.
What is that?
Where is it located?
You guys.
It would... Oh, are you okay?
Oh, okay. It'll be fine.
Oh, that's good.
I can ask. Do it. Can I do a logic test just to see like how much would be like reasonable? No.
Yeah, and since you're of tech background, I'll give you a +10 how he left.
Oh, he just needs to make a call.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I passed. By a lot.
The logic is extremely sound. 1,000 is laughable, but upon reflection, you're kind of wondering if Castix really understands the product that you're talking about. Like, he might have just thrown 1,000 as like, yeah, this sounds nice, but you already have this. It's fully developed. All you need to do is replicate it, and you already know it works. You've got that proven, and you have a whole refugee camp of, what is it, 60,000, 80,000?
80. Jeez.
80,000 that you sleep comfortably at night with the full belief that there's no gene stillers in there's those numbers.
All right.
And he might not know that. And 1,000 would be a huge slap in the face. Like, he has no confidence in you guys. And maybe because, and I don't want to metagame, so I'll stop there.
Okay.
But out of game, it would probably be because of how he knew the Blackstone was received and how that whole thing went. Keeping in contact with Alvis, like he might be like, oh, these guys again. Sure, here's 1,000 schmucks.
That's so depressing, and I'm the only one who knows.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
I'm gonna talk to him in secret tongue, in the secret tech tongue.
You tongue him secretly.
Ooh. There we go.
And techie.
Oh, all right. Do I roll for that? How much more loose does that get him? How many troops does he get?
I was like, you just gotta sext him.
Here's my robot peen.
I sent you.
The elephant.
It's like one of those spring things that it's a slinky.
Oh my God. This is why we have no views.
You know what kills me? I haven't heard anyone say peen in so long. That is like one of my favorite like slurs for that. And it always comes out of nowhere. So it's like, what is that supposed to be, your peen? And I'm like,
Turn into a kid.
Yeah. That brought me back. All right.
Happy to help.
Apparently not. Let's see here.
Okay.
So do you want me just to go into it?
Roleplay.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, just give it to me.
All right. What was his name? Whoa.
Castix.
Hey, Big Daddy Cat. I'm sorry. We'll be real this time. I'm gonna say Castix. You know, I as a member of like the Crimson Guard, I'm pretty familiar with Tech Priest and that. And I know maybe they don't know, but I know that 1,000 is pure garbage. I sleep in a fort with 80,000 refugees, and I know that none of them are infected. And all we need with this product is just to replicate it. All the testing, everything's done. It's been proven. And 1,000, like, you might as well not send anyone. But we both know that you need this. So I'm going to ask for 200,000.
Oh.
To support your MLM.
No, you don't
If
understand.
there's 200,000, get another
200,000.
Okay.
die.
You're right. I have no faith in your product. And 1,000 is laughable. He's secret tonguing you back, so they don't know.
At least it's reciprocated.
He's bad at it.
This is weird, but also strangely erotic to watch.
And he says, I can't grant 200,000 because I do need men. you and I both know this planet's going down. But I will offer you more support on a condition.
Okay.
And this is in addition to the other conditions.
Right.
Let's get greedy.
I don't know what he wants.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
I would ask that we get shipments here first. I want to secure the Ark compound.
That's fair.
And I don't want to be too greedy about it. But I would want a minimum of 20,000 units.
We were planning on
And then-
producing 10,000 a day, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At some point.
So I would want like your first 2 days, and then do what you need after that, and then, continue to send stuff my way.
All right.
Real quick out of game, didn't we say there was someone else we wanted to take care of first? Was it, what's his
Abandoned,
butt?
I think.
Yeah.
So he can get the 3rd day. I don't, honestly, I feel like that's something that we can,
Work with.
Mm-hmm.
Just checking.
No, I think so.
He communicates secretly, and he says, I am not confident that there's not gene stillers here. They haven't acted. I haven't found sabotage, but who's to say that they're not stowing away in the Ark? And so, really, we need the scanners, and then we'll need to do some purges.
All right.
And you don't have to assist with that, but it will happen.
Right.
Do an intelligence test, and I'll give you a plus 20.
Plus 20, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to use a fate point on that because I rolled really high for some reason. There we go.
For some reason.
Yeah.
The random factor.
I got it.
Cool. So, you've heard Magos Kassex talked about a lot. He's supposed to be very wise. He's on a level, though, will never come close to Belisaria's call, but also nods in that direction.
Right.
And if he believes the planet's going down and he's fully investing in resurrecting a ship, there's a lot to be said for that. Especially when it's the fabricator Magos of a planet.
Right.
Fully devoting himself to a way out. And you're thinking of your people at this point.
Right.
And that thought comes to your head, and whatever you want to do with it, you can do with it.
Kasich, just one other thing. We can get you those shipments. But when the ship is done and the time comes to leave this planet, I need to have space on your ship for my refugees.
I accept, provided they can contribute labor.
Absolutely. Wait.
Deal.
Yikes.
I was just remembering. I read in a book, that the Tau visit one of those planets where they're doing labor, and it's awful.
Oh, it's a forgeworld. It's absolutely terrible.
To be fair, they were probably doing this kind of labor anyway.
Right. That's why they went to a life of scum and villainy.
Yeah.
It was more wholesome than their day-to-day 9 to 5.
Yeah, I feel it. Honestly, if they had to pick, I'm sure they would pick that rather than getting eaten by Tyranids. Maybe.
They can choose.
Yeah.
But we won't need to abandon the planet. We're totally going to be fine, right?
We have to save it, or else the galaxy's in danger.
Indeed.
What? Oh, one last thing. So, we never actually settled on a number. You just said you'd send support. Said you couldn't
He was
send
like
1,001.
Here's what I am thinking. Tell me if it suits you. For a protection of 80,000 people. Right? I will send 30 dragoons which are those chicken walker looking things.
Oh.
And they will assist with dragging debris for you.
Perfect.
We can put skids on those, and they can pull debris to the refugee camp, to the forges, whatever. I will send 10 dune crawlers to protect the perimeter.
Oh.
Taking
out a dune crawler.
I will send a knight errant and 2 knight armiger warglaves. And then for the numbers with Skitarii, I will send a total. I'll send a total of 30,000.
Since I'm part Crimson Guard, that obviously is way better than 1,000. But does that seem like pretty solid?
For our purposes.
Yeah.
For your purposes, it seems solid-ish. There is also not wanting to draw too much attention to yourself.
Yeah.
But you're also, at this point, one of his other requests comes to mind, just about going back down to the depths.
The forge hole.
And finding the forges. And
Hollow forges.
the hollow forges. And you've never been to the depths, but you've heard her talk about them, right, and him talk about them, and it just sounds terrible. Plus, the Necrons and stuff, like, so do an intelligence test to see if this idea comes to you, unless you want to run with the seeds that I'm giving you.
Run with the seeds. It sounds like, and let me check if I'm picking up what you're putting down. Like that, this is way better than before, but I should probably try and get more. Like it still is not sufficient for my needs.
It's sufficient for the needs of that task.
Right.
Yeah, you just might want to ask for assistance outside of that task or something.
Yeah, like that would be great for the refugee camp. And honestly, a knight errant on site is pretty freaking generous. Even though it's a forge world and there's knights all over.
So here's my other thought, because I thought like going down to the to the depths, like if we bring like a force with us, I kind of thought we'd want to keep it pretty small, just so we could get into these hollow forges. But then maybe like something's already in the hollow forges. I don't know.
Well, that just depends on the strategy that you want to approach.
Yeah.
And so.
Shoot. What do you guys? Can I ask them what they think about that? Because I feel like.
Yeah. So at this point you can put Cassix on hold. Like, all right, hang on just a second.
Yeah.
You can do your secret talks with each other.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you. I'll be like, all right. So instead of just freaking 1,000 Skitarii, I got him to offer 40,000 Skitarii. 30,000 Skitarii. We got 30 dragoons, 10 dune crawlers, a knight errant, and 2 warglaves, which is pretty solid. The other thing is, I know we're going to the depths, and I don't know how you guys want to do that. Like, should we just go just us? Do you want some Skitarii to come with us? What do you guys think?
It's just tough because we don't know the scope of things that are going on down in the depths right now. Like if it's full-blown war already down there, then obviously we're going to want more people. But if it hasn't escalated so much, then I get wary about the idea of stirring up a bee's nest that we don't want to stir up.
We could even...
Thaddeus submits.
And
he says, well, I agree. Also, though, if you wanted to be prepared for all scenarios, which we are going to wait until I can establish communications, I will be able to get you better intel. Securing the numbers could be beneficial prior to the need of the numbers.
Right.
But also, the depths are huge, and there's nothing against the idea of setting up a Skitarii encampment somewhere in the depths and drawing upon that at a later date.
That works.
That's an idea.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to talk to Kha'Zix again in our secret language. I'm just going to say, hey, that amount is perfect for our needs with the refugees, but we're also probably going to want some for the depths, and we are going to need some for the depths, even just to set up an encampment, just in case when we go down there, those guardsmen need assistance in any way. Or maybe we run into something in the Hollow Forges and we need those resources, because we want those to be secured. And we might run into something where we need more strength in numbers rather than just strength and being stealthy.
I see. And I do want the Hollow Forges secured. Here's what I submit. The depths, it's like a weird cave network that extends all over the planet. There's little pockets of the depths. So as far as the depths location that you guys are confirmed with, that's over in the capital district. That's that depths. And I have no idea if what I'm about to reference touches that, but you should know the Arc Mechanicum is extremely massive, and I mean, they call it the Scar for a reason, not the ship, but where it is. Mm-hmm. And so the ship actually has punctured into an area that fits the depths of the depths, essentially. And so there are caverns down there. And we've deployed, like we've done construction for supports on the earth and stuff to hold the ship while mining for resources. Some of that secret mining is what's allowed us to make as much progress as we have. That being said, because we still have people coming here every day once we get the scanners, and if you could get us more scanners, we could scan more quicker. Mm-hmm. But we could begin deploying Skitarii daily to the depths, and if you gave us some coordinates in the depths, we could populate near that area. Okay. Or even well, I don't know. Well, actually, so before the planet cracked, the waste, like, it was a whole mining area. There was forges above ground, mines below. So a bunch of those mines still exist too. They're called the red mines. We could even go through there. Yeah. Work through that. Use drills where we need. Right. So are you saying that where we should go look for the Hollow Forges is right under that giant ship that you guys are excavating? No, absolutely not. No, you'll look for it where you've already heard that it's close by. Okay. Yeah. And I'll try and get my troops near there on standby so you can call upon them. Okay. I think. But I would probably. I might want to come personally. I think Thaddeus is setting up communications for when we're down there. So as soon as that's set up, we'll let you know what we find. Perfect. I would appreciate that.
Do we have his number?
I mean, he was.
We were secret tonguing each other.
True. Oh yeah.
Secret tongue teching each other.
Yeah, you missed all the jokes.
That was pretty
Guess
good.
what? Guess what Katie said? She said peen. But it's okay.
That's my wife.
Man, that just brought
the
me
peeniest.
So like, just hanging out with my cousins in Moab in like the early 2000s.
Why did you go there after we said peen?
Because they would say that all the time.
Oh.
It was related.
Mm-hmm. All right, and I think we're good there. I'm just gonna let you guys know. Yeah, he said that as soon as we're down there, after we get our communication set up with Thad, we can just let him know what support we need. And he said probably shuffle some troops down there. So I think we should be good up here with the amount of support we're getting, and then down below, as soon as we get communication set up and Mirari points us in the direction of the Hollow Forges, we'll be able to get that support and take over the Hollow Forges and build the Dragon Balls or.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'm ready.
Did you guys have anything from Alan as far as what he should work on in the meantime? Not that he's taking orders from you, but
I order you to. I use command.
my flaming hand.
Smite.
Yeah, I thought he was just gonna
Keep doing his thing.
do his thing, but also contacting Drogos.
Keep doing
That's
what you're
literally
doing,
all.
boy.
Oh, is he contacting the Drogos?
Or did we have someone else planning on doing that? Because we didn't have any way of doing it.
I thought we were asking him to do that, but I also wonder if new Inquisitor might be more amenable to our.
Or both.
Because the other guy was kind of a psycho, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there was a reason that it was Drogos.
The more.
Because he was more likely to be angry with Alvis.
Yeah, which is good. Because so far, Malin seems kind of like, oh, he's a pain, but whatever.
His priorities are elsewhere.
Malon's a pain?
No,
Malin thinks
Malin
that
His
Alvis-
yeah.
Oh. I was like, what did Malon do?
Man, I freaking hate Malin. I'm gonna burn his face.
Dude, Malon was originally supposed to be the bad Inquisitor. But I designed the campaign from an early stage, so it would swing either way depending on what y'all thought of Alvis.
Oh, wow. That's wild that Alvis could have been the good Inquisitor.
That's funny.
Well, it depended on if you guys wanted to pursue heresy or not. That's how I designed it.
Mm-hmm.
So one would be the heretic, one would be the loyalist.
Gotcha.
And you guys wanted to go loyal.
We sided with the Emperor on this
But
one.
I always give people
Die,
choices.
Stormcloaks.
Oh no.
Oh. You die, Imperium bastards!
That's like Kevin says that all the time.
It's like, what is it like? Like my fathers are.
Oh!
Can you say the same? I don't remember.
My
the exact
ancestors are smiling down.
Ah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Malin says, well, I will, an idea that I had. So you want me to get you in contact with Drogos?
You always say his name with an accent.
Drogos.
Drogos.
That's how you say it.
Yes,
That's how he said it when I met him, and that's how I say it now.
If we do get in contact,
That is respectful.
Crisis should be the one who talks with them, because they sound like they'll have the same accent.
And the same level of
Zeal?
thank you. Nailed it.
Sounds like it.
Which one?
I can tell you a little bit about how he will be.
How will
Did you already tell us his character combo and it was bad?
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, he's scary.
Bad.
So yeah, the Drogos in the Inquisition is what you call a monodominant.
Sounds really bad.
Singular dominant. He's
They're
one
not-
dominant.
They're not bad. They're just like
Do you know what that is?
vaguely. They're like the super puritanical.
Monodominants are very militant and will resort to the final solution of exterminatus more than any other Inquisitor. They are an open faction, using their presence to stir widespread xenophobia and hatred, leading mobs of frenzied citizens to purge their own ranks of the filthy and unclean heretics who threaten their future. They are utterly ruthless and unforgiving, inflexible and intolerant. They are generally the youngest and most hot-headed of the Inquisition, charging across the Imperium, leaving devastation in their wake.
So he's a youngin.
Their confidence in their philosophy is almost unshakable, and they, more than any other faction, will wage war upon Inquisitors with a slightly less hardline view of their paths crossed. In their minds, quite rightly, being a member of the Inquisition is no excuse for heresy.
Oh, so if we told him about Alvis, he would probably...
I'd be furious.
Yeah, he's going to town on Alvis, but at the same time...
The question is if he'll kill the people who even deign to work for him.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't work for him.
And,
Yeah, I didn't either.
Thanks.
Malin has referenced his Thorian view a couple times.
That sounds vaguely familiar too.
You don't know everything.
That sounds.
If you remember,
super familiar.
and I'll step out of game for a little bit. But Thorians, if you remember, when we first spoke of Malin, you might not have remembered that. I don't know if you were with the group. He was looking for the psychers that were not being reported. And then...
One thing led to another.
Well, yeah, and so like he had his inquisitorial team who were looking for them, and he was concerned about Mirari's involvement with that sleeper cell of psychers and all that. But Thorians seek ways that energy and consciousness interact with the warp and their transfer of form one to another. They delve into the secrets of possession and manifestation by demons and other warp entities, trying to decipher what rules govern the relationship between the warp and the material universe. It is their, let me go forward. They're mostly found within the ranks of the Ordo Malus, although he is Ordo Hereticus. Yeah. Thorians opposed the claim that even if it were possible to resurrect the Emperor in a new mortal body, it would cause a schism across the Imperium, more dangerous than any heresy or civil war that has gone before. Believers in the resurrection. I don't want to confuse you guys with a bunch of that, but Thorians claim that to take the mankind to the next phase of evolution, the Emperor must be able to lead his people both physically and spiritually.
The Great Schism.
Yeah. And
one religion into two.
Yeah.
Isn't that already what's happened?
Huh?
You got the God Emperor and the Omnissiah.
No,
there's only one religion, I assure you.
There's no religion.
I don't even know how they quantify that.
The Omnissiah?
Yeah.
Oh, the Imperium kind of fooled the heck out of the Mechanicum. Because, so the Mechanicum preached the Omnissiah forever, and then you have the Godhead of the Omnissiah, which is the Omnissiah, the motive force, and the machine, or so, I don't know what it is, I forget. But basically, when the God Emperor first went to Mars, he came down in gleaming gold armor. He fixed a machine that couldn't be fixed by the tech priest. And then there was a third thing that he did, and they were like, yep, it's the Omnissiah incarnate. And
okay.
That was it. So, suckers.
So the council or whatever, the big boss people of the Imperium just know that they say Omnissiah, but really it's God Emperor.
Well, at this point, so the God Emperor was a manifestation of the Omnissiah, is how they spun it. And so now that the God Emperor is more of a symbol, the Omnissiah could be whatever. Mm-hmm. The will of the Omnissiah is seen more as a mystical force now.
That's pretty right.
Rather than an actual being.
Interesting.
Cool.
All right. So what are we
Malin said that he's like, I'm thinking based on what your goals are, because I do want to help. This world needs it. I think I might try to find the areas of the flux that Alvis has taken down and try to map that out for you. I'll send a team for that, and then I'll try and get in contact with Drogos.
Out of game, you and I had a conversation about stuff you're learning at work that you thought could be helpful against Alvis doing zip zap zorp things.
Zip zap zorp time.
Zip zap zorp!
Yes, and Thaddeus would have full access to this information. And so intelligence test, Malin's comment will trigger that.
Or it won't.
What'd you roll?
I got one more.
All right, here we go, baby.
There you go.
I was like, ah!
Wow. That was really close.
I apologize.
You
Anyway.
know what? At first I was like, oh, that's just the seat. But then the more you laughed, I was like, wow, that seat's just going and going.
Somebody light a candle.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, we're gonna move forward.
Could we?
I just don't think we can. All right, so I've been doing a lot of trainings and stuff at work, and I did one. It's called, was it the NSFP or NPS? I don't know.
PA. There's an A.
Yeah, it's the NFP. Oh, NFPA 70E training that deals with electrical hazards in the workplace, and we went over protective personal equipment for arc flashes and arc blasts. And I don't know if any of you have done trainings like that before. It's more maintenance based, but basically, if you go up to a transformer and do the wrong thing, I took a picture of it because it was just so terrifying. Yeah, if you open or try to work on a device the wrong way, where'd that picture go? It was such a good picture.
Where is she?
You might be right.
Because you sent it to me.
I saw a video where someone crashed into a transformer, but it was set to the music of Back to the Future.
Oh no.
And so they hit the transformer and it's like lightning everywhere.
But they didn't teleport.
All right.
Time travel.
Oh god.
I'm gonna play the video for the camera and then I'll pass it around. Oh.
That's really embarrassing for you.
Oh gosh, wow.
Why do we do lockout tagout? Because it saves lives. This photo shows the results of a contract employee identifying the wrong cubicle in 12,470 volt switchgear. He did not verify that voltage was absent before applying the ground set. He also did not wear appropriate PPE, even though it was furnished. The white pile on the floor on the right is his melted hard hat. The employee was fatally burned.
They say fatally burned, but that ash pile is him.
That's about as fatal as you can get.
So I was looking at. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Arc weaponry is a type of Adeptus Mechanicus weapon.
Really?
And I went and I looked it up. And like, what was the description for that? Because this was terrible. And 40K gets it wrong. They think so. This arc pistol, if you will, I use it on tabletop. When I shoot you with it, it says it has the capacity to fry someone's brains. False. It would turn you to ash. Just that's it. But one thing that they did that was really, really cool that I loved about 40K lore for arc weapons is it was initially designed to destroy demonic spirits out of machines.
Oh.
Weird.
And yeah, it was developed during 30K because during the Horus Heresy, when a bunch of forges went with Horus and they started playing around with warp entities and machines and doing all that weird mutation stuff, arc weapons literally blasted demons out of existence, out of machines, and left mechanical rubble behind. And so Thaddeus, he has a little light bulb go off wherever he's got a light bulb. Like a little firefly. And he's like, hey, you know, in regards to the flux, I think it would be important for you all to know about the fluxes because those were giant power fields. And you should look up arc weapons and look into that because there might be something there that we could do to stop Alvis. Especially if he's trying to clear a certain area of the flux and if he's going to be using his demon husks in a certain way.
Yucky.
You could cause maybe a blast or an arc or something. You could just zap a demon host out of existence.
You know what? If you zap the demon host, wouldn't that also turn the host into ash?
You have a problem with this?
No, I was just wondering.
They're contaminated anyways.
Contaminated.
Well, there's a whole Space Marine chapter called The Exorcists, and each one of them had to be possessed with a demon host for a year. But they had to be a demon host for a year.
That's gross. Were they already space marine with their organs and everything?
Yep, and then they got possessed.
Wow. That's a dangerous demon host.
Yep. I don't know why that chapter exists, but they were also used from the gene seed of the Grey Knights. Supposedly. I guess I should clarify. It's not canon, but it's canon.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
So,
You know what I love about 40K is it's like,
You can't decide.
yeah, like there's like 4 different legends about how like the Inquisitors came together. There's like a bunch of legends about different Space Marine chapters. It like almost makes it feel more real because people are like, no, it happened this way. No, it happened.
I feel like
this
Star Wars is trying to mimic that right now.
way.
They were mystical. There was 20,000 of them in the Geonosis arena. Shut up. The prequels happened.
We're all
Anyway.
trying to forget.
I'm trying to forget Last Jedi. The prequels are good now. Good in my book. I like Jar Jar. He's great. I'd let him babysit my kids.
Oh, no.
Good job.
Anyway.
All right. Are we gonna contact the
get to it.
Jar Jar?
fire blades?
We're going to contact the
Fire
Jar Jar.
Well, actually, I thought first we were going to your little people place.
That is what
Are we
The
going
people
there
place.
Yeah.
People place.
Oh,
and
to get Mirari.
And then we were going to go talk to
get
the
the people
Drogos.
going.
Yeah.
Get the people going.
Get my people go.
Get my people go.
I lost the game.
Why do you
Oh.
always?
My people go.
Wow.
We're off the rails. All right.
All right. Good
We're
session,
railing
guys.
it back
Let's,
on.
We've actually been planning for 3 sessions now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go to location, please. I'm going to burn something. Probably me.
Don't do that.
Cool. We will go narrative then. So you're wrapping up the diplomacy with Malon, with Cassix?
Yeah, I think we're done.
Okay. Perfect.
Hopefully we stay on his good side.
So are you going to the refugee camp via the gun cutter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vis-a-vis
Be off
the
for
following.
All right. So Thaddeus says, well, would you like to pilot? Since you'll have to get used to it.
Sure, why not?
And I can co-pilot and make up for any of your human impurities.
Sweet, merciful.
Oh, this will be fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me what to do.
When you get blown apart, I will make you again.
Oh, I wish you could have done that for Deco.
There was not much to fix.
Oh, this is fair.
There was a jawbone.
Oh.
And even that was savored.
What?
Oh, I'm working on a side project. And he's like got a servo school thing going.
Alright,
no.
where's the coordinates? Where are we going?
It's gonna be. It's like
We're really techy
we're gonna
today.
need to go down. People bop.
Level 238. That's where we're going.
Yeah, 238. And there's a garbage pile. Then like a mile to the left of that.
Gotta go a mile up the road. And then there's gonna be that tree that fell down in the storm. You got 3 trailer houses, and then there's that weird fence that needs to be repaired. You go up the street, and when you see the barking dogs, you know you've arrived.
3 barking dogs.
Always 15 barking dogs.
Oof.
The road to your mom's.
No, it's how you get anywhere on the res.
Yeah. That area book was so jacked up.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, while we're traveling, I would like to bring up the fact that if Cassix isn't confident that his people are not corrupt in one way or other,
Oh yeah, I guess
we'll
we're pretty
probably want to test all of them when we get them.
We can add the people that we're sending in as security. We'll just have them scan them all. Because when they come into the city, they have to get scanned.
Everyone should just be scanning each other like
Every day.
whenever they get the chance.
Yeah.
Just like start
Yeah.
a conversation with that.
Yep.
Hey, how's it going?
They'll wear watches and every hour on the hour.
Scan time.
Scan time. Scan time.
I wish we could scan each other more often.
I wish it was every
It's
half
been good,
hour.
pals. All right.
Am I flying now? Do I have to do anything?
Yeah.
Or we just fly.
Yeah, you gotta fly.
Roll.
We're going narrative, so we're not gonna.
I roll a 22 anyways.
Nice.
go!
And
You crash.
Thaddeus rolled a 3 to back you up.
Wow.
If you failed.
You guys are piloting really well.
So yeah, you're sailing the gun cutter, and you go over to the world portal, and you drop the gun cutter down the world portal.
Are
And
we
you see-
being really conspicuous? Like, is this a stupid thing to do?
What?
Just go down the middle of the world portals?
How did you want to get down there, Catherine?
Well, I'm just asking if it was the smartest.
I don't know.
Which way?
We can back up. What do you all want to do?
I think
Go down
that's
the world
fine.
portal.
Yeah.
I'm just
Portal.
making sure because
Portal.
every time we go right smack through the middle
Let's
of
go
something,
as
it's a bad
fast as
call.
we can.
You guys, they rolled
Bad
really
calls
well.
are our best calls, though.
Not true.
Okay.
I don't feel good.
You say that, but you're still alive.
She's
I'm
the only one.
Because I'm not the one making bad calls for the most part.
Yeah, there's only one rule of this group now.
Hello, everyone on the way down. We
No
are
trains.
part of the Inquisition. Just thought you might like to know. Please stay out of the way.
Get out of here.
No.
Trash people.
Trash people.
Yeah, garbage!
But also come to our camp.
So we can
We've
laugh
got
at you.
We'll scan your entire body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
All
What
right.
else do you need 14 to
Alright.
Only
How's our
seven.
trip?
Did we make it?
Yeah.
We die.
Yeah, so okay. I
people.
want you to describe the refugee camp.
Alright.
I know I'm throwing you on the spot,
That's
but
okay.
hopefully you remember a little bit about what I've said about forges and hives and things on this planet.
Yeah.
And your own imagination. Where's my book?
So here's what it looks like. And it's not great. Like, there's like slums and stuff that we're coming through, and then there's just an area that is like, there's like a big wall, and the wall just goes around like a few square miles. But the wall is solid, but it's totally made out of like scrap metal, you know, and it's just like stuff that's been like melted together or like nailed together, just like this huge thing, and it's like all rusty and stuff. And there's like barbed wire over the top of it. And there's people there, and the people are dirty, but they look happy-ish,
Trash
you know. And the inside, there's like 80,000 people. So the houses there like aren't great, you know. But instead of it looking like a slum in Zimbabwe, it just looks like a slum in Chicago. So it's
Alright.
better.
So no food.
And lots of crime.
Lots of, yeah,
No guns, but somehow everybody's shot. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Anyway, but like the people, like it's just like a hodgepodge, you know. Like there's guys who are like in military uniforms, like on the wall, and there's people who are just wearing like normal clothes, you know. There's
Mosh really
some.
hard for people with that kind of help.
There's some like organization to everything, but it's still a little chaotic.
I want to add,
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of armaments, and people have armor, and everybody's got a weapon on them, even the children and the women.
Armament.
And then over the gate, you know, they got like towers and stuff and like guns on the wall. It's pretty solid. It's a cool place.
I like it already.
And the morale is, you said, generally good?
Yeah, it's really good. Because they were in a place that like,
It's car.
yeah, and like every person they met could be a mutant, you know, might eat their babies or kiss them, you know.
Oh.
The hard part is because of how cramped it is inside, you have to land the gun cutter outside of the city walls.
Sorry. It was kind of thrown up in haste, you know.
Thaddeus says, "This is the control switch for the gun cutter. You can activate a hover mode, and it'll hover above your location according to a set amount of meters."
Is there room above us for it to hover?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so that's the other thing. Each level is like hundreds of meters tall, like thousands of meters tall. Like each chunk, like there's definitely a sky up there, but it's not like the depths where it was all cloudy and foggy. It's just like rock and other mechanical things.
We can park it like right outside the gate. You know, it doesn't need to be. We don't need to hike to the gate.
Well, but would that be really conspicuous with the gun cutter? Like, would we lose it?
I'd rather have it like out where like my people can watch it.
This switch you can have you can have like a perimeter thing. You could call in an airstrike.
Fuel?
You can call in an evac. You'll know where it is.
I don't know if we've done fuel.
There is fuel. It's not a mechanic that the game even mentions or talks about, and I don't really know how to approach that. So for now, be reasonable with it, but I'm not gonna put a cap on it.
We're not gonna just have it hover above us the entire time, but it can easily just be like boop boop boop, and
it can hover above you the whole. You're not gonna be here long.
Right. We just wouldn't keep. I think we're just setting up things, and then we're gonna leave.
Super on point about this. We're about to fly into space with this thing. It probably needs to be refueled. If anything, do they have just like fuel here?
You can even refuel at the stations.
Oh my god, on the way out.
There's gas stations.
Yeah,
they're gassy stations.
Oh man, the taxes keep going up.
I'm a gassy station. I had chicken for dinner.
All right, well.
I think there's chicken in that.
I just want to park it as close to the gates as possible where there are guns watching it.
Yeah, I was gonna say right by the main gates. You know.
Right.
You hear horns start blaring.
Oh. I'm gonna send a message to the secure frequency.
He holds up a thing and he's like, here's the mic.
I'm gonna say, hey, hold your fire. This is Terrigen Brule. Your fearless leader is back. No, I'm just gonna say, we're just coming to land. We'll be real quick. Gather up the.
You could be that way with your people. Your fearless leader.
No. Woo!
Can I get a?
I didn't get tetanus this time.
Oh no. I'm just gonna say, hey, I need you to gather up the leaders who are available. And are we grabbing Mirari right now?
Mirari.
She's not really a leader.
Right, but I'm just saying I can get someone to grab her.
Well, Thaddeus, I don't know. You sure you want to yell that?
Get her.
Mirari, please come to the office.
You yelled the leader thing.
You're not in trouble.
I'm just gonna say, go ahead and gather up the leaders just for now and meet us by the gate. We'll be there in like 60 seconds.
Hurry.
Out.
Who's your buddy?
My buddy? Oh my gosh.
Your big buddy. You left him in charge.
I don't know if I gave him a name.
You are so cruel.
I know.
You started the whole thing with him.
Big buddy.
Shoot.
He's the one who helped figure out the scanners.
He is. Oh,
Tack.
Cat.
Like from
Crack.
Thief in the Call.
Like what?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Nobody ever knows the things that I know.
Oh.
We'll call him Jez.
Jez.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jezebel. The male version.
Jezebel.
Jezebro.
I was gonna say Jezebel.
No, because it's Jezebel and then Baal was like the god that they worshiped. With 2 A's.
Boo, nerd.
Jezebel.
Sorry.
I know about
Fine,
Bible
Jezebel.
stories.
Yeah, man. All right.
Terry comes out to greet you. Your buddy. We'll just do that until you come with a real name.
It's Jez, my dog's name.
Your dog. I guess it's like half your dog.
Cool.
Anyway, yeah.
All right, yeah. So you get out and you go down to these gates, and their weapons are still on you, and they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, it is you."
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, feel free to do the scan.
And your buddy comes up and bloom, bloom, bloom.
Uh-oh. I'm
And then he does it to all of you, and he gets to you and he goes, "You need."
Oh, it's because you're dead.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like, oh, we're gonna have to kill you, friends.
Goodbye.
It's been a fun time. New character for you.
Already.
Not again.
Of course, it's spoiled again.
It's good to see you. We got all the leaders gathered up. We got a lot of work we got to do.
Where are we meeting them?
Just at the front of the gate on the inside.
Cool. So you guys walk in,
Like in the gatehouse.
and the gate closes. Behind the good.
Let me out!
Never fear gates.
Oh my gun cutter.
Thaddeus says, "Did you raise the drop gate back up?" There's a switch for that too.
Garage button.
Oh, I'm gonna say, hey, can you tell the guards on the gate just to watch out for that gun cutter and make sure no one goes messing
No one
with
touches
it.
it.
Yeah.
Isn't what's her face still on it?
I don't even know.
Actually,
Yeah.
Liara.
Is she on it or?
Is on it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's.
She doesn't like to leave it.
Yeah, she doesn't want to lose her.
She's becoming a little
Life.
agoraphobic.
Understandably so.
Yeah.
She was so charismatic before. She kind of was a little more.
It's alright.
She was a little bit peppier.
Yeah, losing 2 fate points and being
It'll
on your
change
last
you.
life.
It'll change. It's like a Horcrux, except you don't get to store it somewhere. It's just gone.
Oh, no.
That's what happens when you burn a fate point.
Oh gosh.
A little bit of Harry Potter lore. You just get part of your soul ripped away.
Alrighty.
All right.
Never the same.
Cool. Yeah.
So much
So they're like, who are these people?
These are
Who
some new
indeed?
allies in our fight against mutants.
Mutants.
Yep.
Cool.
Sure.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
can't remember your guys' names, but feel free to introduce yourself. This is my good friend and brother in arms.
Mm.
And lover.
I knew it.
Hello, lover. What is your name? I am Crisis.
I'm in crisis.
You guys got names, you two? Not gonna introduce yourselves? Rude.
The other 2 are my friends, but they don't have names anymore. This dog is Negir.
Whoa! I was like,
Nagir. It's Nagir.
Thaddeus, he goes, as a New Year's promo, here's the special offer for a free rename your pet coupon.
Oh, no.
They have New Year's. and
Its
party
new
games.
name is
Buster.
Jazz.
Spot.
you can take your time. Nagir's actually a pretty sweet name, but you can't say
I
it.
like
My friend.
Don't say it again.
I can't believe that.
Nagger.
Anyways,
People who annoy you.
I'm Joss.
Hi, Josh.
Thank you.
I can't do
Been
it.
sober for 2 years and it's been hell.
Wait, let's finish the introductions. Come on. Tell them your name!
Oh, no. I already know you're pure.
This way.
Why are we here? It's more trash people.
It's trash person.
Allied
trash
Hey,
people.
at least they're not people that you can just like roll to death.
Oh, that was so much easier. I'm Jasper, and I'm grumpy, and I'm worried about my ship now. I'm gonna attach that thing very quickly.
It's not even really
It's
yours
mine
yet.
now. I have the remote.
The key fob with a low battery.
All right. Do you have all the other leaders gathered in the gatehouse? It's just gonna be a quick meeting.
Oh, we have
Are
a
we
gatehouse
in the
now.
gatehouse?
That's what I said.
Sure.
Oh my goodness.
Whole session is banned.
Yeah, I won't be allowed on the internet.
Okay.
It's going on the internet, and it's your all's fault.
Let's just meet with these guys in this place. All right.
All right, you're there. Do we want to go narrative?
I'm just gonna tell them.
All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna go narrative. All right, so you guys go down there. You meet with the leaders. They're skeptical at first, but they trust you. Your friend really likes your plan, helps support you in that. The other people trust him because he's been there longer. Because you keep leaving off with Malin, and
I'm coming back with stuff.
you are all the time. And actually, that was a question that was brought up. Like, did you bring anything back for us? Did you bring fresh water?
Oh
We haven't had fresh water in
We've been recycling
our sweat.
which I am.
Yeah, I wish it was fun.
Did you bring him anything?
Yep, I sure did.
Here's Jasper.
What'd you bring?
He should serve as one meal.
I'm pretty small. I'm like half a meal.
Very happy meal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure. I'm gonna say I brought like a bunch of new filters just for water, and they're not like. It's not like great. They're like Brita filters, so they can use them for like a week, and then it'll be what?
Brita filters are fine.
Say
No.
They're pill capsules.
Right.
And we'll say you found a full duffel bag full of them. That
They're
way it
fine
doesn't
for
take up too much space.
But like if you were like drinking your own pee and stuff, there's only so many times you can pee in your Brita filter before it just comes out as pee.
How would I? Never mind.
What?
I'm just curious how many times you.
Dude, I want to pee into my Brita filter.
I'm sorry.
We thought going narrative would save us, and it didn't.
You know him. He's very suggestible. Why are you pulling on your ear?
That felt good.
You guys are killing me!
Yikes.
I'm so proud that we're still working through this.
And having a good time. You're so mean.
Alright.
Okay.
So, they're coming.
It feels good.
I'm glad that they're on board.
I want you to remind us what the dividation derps for the 80,000. What are you assigning the 80,000 to?
Oh crap. So I think we had assigned like 30,000. No.
To the forge?
Yeah, 30,000 to the forge, and then.
Katie really liked whatever you did. I don't remember.
Do you have it written down?
I'm trying to find out.
I'm sorry.
I don't think I did right.
I think it was 30,000 to the forge, and then half to scavenging and half to protecting the forge. Half
and another 10,000 to swing between the rolls if needed.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
We can't figure it out ourselves.
Wait,
we can figure it out together.
I think it was 30,000 to the forge, 30,000 to the other thing, and then wait. Never mind.
No. Let's write it down. So 30,000 forge.
Did you have some people staying here though?
We were gonna do that, but then we just decided to have them
scavenging. So they're like
they'll scavenge. So they'll still be here.
That'll be their home base.
And then the Skitari are gonna be here too. So they'll help.
The Skitari having more of them to defend will be helpful.
Mm-hmm. How did I not write that down?
No, it's okay. 30,000 forge. And I think. Oh crap! I think we did 30,000 security. Because we had to do an attack force too.
Mm-hmm. But they were gonna go to like different areas, though. I thought.
Yeah. How did we not write this down? This took some thinking.
Do you not have it written down? Because you were taking good notes too.
I don't write anything about trash people.
Oh.
That's fair.
I'm elitist.
No, I am a trash person now.
I was gonna say, you didn't have armor till like 2 seconds ago.
You
Someone
were
had
in
a
overalls,
pretty
you
good-
country hick.
I'm probably more of a trash person than some of these people. I just didn't. I only wrote down notes from.
No,
the
let's
meeting.
just do it real quick. 30,000 forge, 30,000. I guess security. No, that's not right. Because we're gonna have a big force attack, which I think is. What
Oh, I wrote it down.
you did.
I looked at that part of the paper, I swear. Okay. Yeah, you had 30,000 as personnel for the scanner development.
So we could max out.
Because 30,000 equaled 10,000 scanners a day if you could do it. You wanted 20,000 for security, and then you wanted 10,000 for scavenging. That has...
That's 7,000. Or 70,000. So that leaves another.
Oh, and then 10,000 was to swing.
Yeah. So wherever we.
Between security and scavenging.
Uh huh.
Cool.
All right. Solid. That's the plan.
Damn.
Write that down, someone.
I thought you had it written down.
But I will forget. And it's yours. This is your information.
Say it again.
20,000 for security, 10,000 for scavenging, 30,000 to man the forges. Did you catch that?
No.
To man the forges.
Okay.
30,000 to man the forges, 20,000 for security, 10,000 for scavenging.
Now they use 20,000 to swing.
10.
30 plus
But
20
don't you
plus
have
10 is 60.
80,000?
Oh no. So we did 30 security.
Yeah, 30.
No, 30 forge,
Right.
20 security, 10 scavenging, and then another 10 to switch between scavenging and security.
Right. But that's 70,000, not
Is that really?
80,000.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do 20,000
Scavenging and then
What?
10 to...
360. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. So 30, 20, 20. Yeah, so
That's
that's
10.
7. So let's
I'm so
add.
tired.
Should we add another 10 on scavenging?
Sure.
Probably.
Raw resources are important.
Scavenging is going to be important, especially considering the fact that you have more military now.
Yeah.
When it was just
Oh.
1,000 Skitarii, it was like, yeah,
Oh,
we should probably
no.
have a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the scavengers, the swing 10 was going to go with the scavengers to be their security. But they could also.
Oh, yeah, the 10 to be their security.
Mhm.
I remember that was a good idea.
Okay.
Cool. They are accepting. They didn't actually like that idea at all.
Oh.
Really?
Workers' rights.
They are worried about the children and the women because there's such a high population of women and children.
I'm going to say, listen, you guys, we got lots of support coming in from the Skitarii. They promised us 30,000 just infantry, and they've also promised us a knight errant to watch over us.
Well, then let them handle security. I don't know.
I thought a knight errant was a big deal. Listen, trash people.
Whoa!
Yeah, they're actually still like, big deal.
Really?
We've seen knights every day. Why don't we send 30,000 knights?
What the heck? Listen, you guys know that's unreasonable. Who's saying this? Jerry, is it you? It's always Jerry. I'm going to say, listen, this is what we got to do. In addition to that support, we've also got other...
Give command.
Yeah, I do.
Do command test.
Commands.
Take charge.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
And I'll give you a plus
You're
10
running up
because I'm
leads.
rooting for you.
What the F? I rolled really bad.
Yeah, you did.
How does help work? Can I assist with his command?
What does command
Oh, yeah.
go off?
Yeah,
of?
you can be inspiring, and then it'll give him a plus 10, which will give you a plus 20. Do
But
it.
what,
Do
is
a command.
command willpower?
Do you have inspiring aura?
Command is.
Hello?
No,
I-
command is fellowship.
Hello?
Hello?
I have command, and I
And I
have
woke up and I was covered in blood.
the
And I was
name
like,
hate.
hello?
No, that wasn't my blood. I was like, hello?
Thanks.
It's not her blood.
Hello?
Oh, shoot.
It's a
I'm still
hateful-
short 10.
Even if I were to help you.
Uh-huh.
Fate point.
I rolled really bad. I used my fate points earlier for
Really?
intelligence. Yeah.
Hey, Joss. Intelligence test.
Nope. I'm 2 off of the alternate crit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I can fate point it. We're almost done.
That's what you think.
We've not yet begun.
12.
Oh, there we go.
Just by scanning the crowd and standing here off to the side, standoffish, you've lined out the people who you think are the biggest issues here.
Just.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
there's
Any more
there's 8 of them,
Mm.
and fairly close together. They're kind of rallying.
They're in cahoots.
They're rallying around. There's a couple of them that are talking back and forth and just being real resistant. They're like, we've got a perfectly safe home here. Like, we do our scavenging. We do, like, whatever you guys want. Like, we get all this tag and stuff. We're very well defended. We don't have the Gene Stiller curse. Why would we leave the walls?
I don't like change.
And
Keep the wall.
I'm not suggesting one thing or another, but you know who's causing trouble. And you are what you are.
So you can do whatever you want. But also remember that everyone has a gun and they all have armor.
Well, and I'm not one of them. I'm brand new, so I'm not going to be an idiot.
And I don't even really know you that well.
Am I near him?
Yeah.
I'm going to, like, just subtly, like... So, you've got this pocket of people over here that seem to be the troublemakers. Maybe make an example of them, kill them, whatever. Do what you want.
Jethro and Archimedes.
Jethro, is that their names?
Yep.
Do I know
And
them?
Martha.
Are they always huge turds?
Freaking Martha.
Freaking Martha.
What's up with all these Bible names?
Widowed twice.
Dang.
Bitter.
Baron.
8 kids. Baron.
Wow.
He said it.
Did you say Baron?
Archimedes used to be a tax collector.
Of course you did.
Back before the world fell apart. Was Matthias the other one?
Yep.
Yeah. Matthias. Hired gun before, but now
Unhired.
he leads out on a lot of scavenging parties. He's extremely helpful, and he's turned his life around, really.
Yeah.
Checkered past.
With all of these
Checkered past.
freaking names, I'd be pissy too.
Can I try command again?
Huh?
Can I try command again?
I would let you have like one more opportunity, but I don't want you to just milk it till you get it.
All right.
Because they're just gonna
other things.
They're gonna harden their hearts.
I know.
So you'll actually on this next test you would lose the +10.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll just make it more serious this time.
Wait.
Next time.
Fellowship. Or not fellowship,
We'll
but
be deadly
roleplay.
serious next
Yeah.
I know. Do you want me to roll it?
No,
Roleplay.
You have to roleplay it first.
Roleplay
and
it,
then
and then you might get if you do good.
Sorry,
You gotta put the freaking bar down.
This time
if
I
you
do
want
it serious.
if you want a bonus. Well, it depends on how you want to handle it. Like, because you could also go intimidate. If you have that, you could.
Oh.
You could throw, and I'll let you do a prep test.
Inspiring.
You can do charm. You can do intimidate. You can do deceive. You could get the cleric to help with an inspiring aura if you have that.
Can I do a couple? Can I do intimidate and then like command after if that goes well and inspire? You know, so like put them in their place and then inspire.
I'm in love.
Give them the whip.
Roleplay.
And then
I want you to
carrots.
roleplay it, and then we will do all the tests at the same time.
Okay.
No, wait.
Makes the carrots on the scooter.
I'll determine this.
Am I like on the podium?
Sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna have like I'm gonna pull out my
Currently, people are talking.
Yeah.
Not paying attention.
My freaking plasma gun, and I'm just gonna slam it on the podium. Just boom.
Did you slam it on the podium?
Yeah, why not?
No, it's gonna explode.
You die.
I want you to just roll a percentile roll. If it's in the 90s, really terrible things are going to happen.
No, not in the 90s.
Dang it.
Cool.
It's gonna be loud because most of the things are heavy. I hope they heard.
You've got their attention.
Yeah.
That's about it.
All right.
But not
this
their
is
curiosity.
role playing. All right. And my guy
You're like,
is like
"What's
a
role
colonel, so I'm just gonna let him have it.
Yeah.
Get it.
Listen here, you pansy-ass little shits! I have led you down here in this safe place, and you guys have just been scavenging. I've been working hard. My whole squad is dead. What? You collected taxes before this? You'd be dead if it wasn't for me.
Oh no, the cops are coming.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I was just connected to other places. I'm so sorry.
I was like, uh-oh.
What was the hired gun's name?
Matthias.
Matthew? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Matthias, you know better. how could you bend over for this tax collector? I thought we were cut from the same cloth. How dare you? And then I'm gonna say, listen.
All right. Intimidate test.
Intimidate
Right.
test?
Hold on to that thought, though. I don't want you to lose it.
Okay. Does that go up?
And I will give you a plus 20.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'll give you plus 30. You were loud.
What
It was scary.
Right.
All right.
does that go
That's
off of? Is that
That's strength.
That's strength?
Yeah.
All right.
Uh-oh.
That's better than my. Actually, it's the exact same as my fellowship. So.
Wow.
Oh my gosh! I rolled really bad. I rolled a 97.
You swore at them, but they didn't like it.
But
you know what?
Hey,
Wait, you
never
rolled a
swear at
97?
Yeah, there's a. Dude,
Dude,
you know what?
I have to roll worse.
It's okay. Let me do this. Can I use a fate point?
Burn?
Do you have any left?
I'm just gonna burn one.
No.
Really?
Don't burn a fate point.
Really?
Oh,
I don't know.
we don't burn a fake.
All right. This is just. That's bad. Yeah.
Oh.
He probably didn't roll worse
You're
than
gonna make
that.
him
I rolled
cry.
a 20.
Yeah.
They just burst
You're like,
into tears.
I don't like it when you curse at me, you jerk.
Alright, hang on.
Leaders aren't supposed
What
to
is
be
it? But it
mean
goes
to their
off of
people.
It is just
Oh,
a
man.
positive roll.
Actually, I gotta roll again now. So they withstood.
They don't
Oh
like it.
no.
Isabella Johnson
Sure.
steps forward.
Oh.
Guys, you gotta listen to him for a little bit at least. He's done a lot for us. And he saved my life. And I know he saved your life too, Matthias, so shut up. Show a 15 for charm.
Oh.
Freaking Isabella Johnson.
Like how
the
much
crowd
charm
rolled
she
a
has?
56 because she's a sweet old lady.
Oh,
Thank goodness for
I
that
thought
old
she was
lady.
like 12. You guys.
How old is she? 46.
Okay. She just has a really weird voice.
I smoke once.
All right.
I only smoked once, but it stunts your growth.
Can I?
Smoked when I was 12.
That explains a lot.
Can I do a logic test while I'm talking to them,
You're
just to
like,
show
uh-oh.
them all the benefits this is gonna bring? You know?
You gotta tell them the benefits.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, listen, we're safe now in this little area, but what we plan on doing with the factory is gonna spread this safety other places. We're running out of resources here where we are. The only reason that we've been as stable as we have been is the work I've been doing with Malin and the medicine and the food and the water I've been able to bring back. This will bring that to us tenfold. And it will increase our numbers and the security here and in other places. Can I ask an out-of-game question?
Yes.
So I secured a safe passage for them on that ship if things went really bad. Should I don't know
Mention
if I should.
that?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if that's like,
You might instill panic.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not
You
gonna
know,
mention
well,
that.
it depends on the role. They could be really excited about that, and you could even say, like, well, we have to do this thing for this.
Right.
Or, depending on how I roll, I'll use different dice.
All these different. You guys have been naughty.
I wonder too if you phrase it tactfully enough, where it's like, and this thing
Yikes.
will help us get this thing, which won't be necessary if we succeed at this thing anyways.
Right. And I'm just gonna say, like, we have security here, you know, but like the biggest weapon we have is like a las cannon. But the Skitarii are bringing us some serious heat, which will also protect us because it's a giant knight errant and some war glaives and those machines, and they're powerful, but also the fear that the gene stealers, they don't want to fight a knight, you know. They're going to go for easy targets first, so this makes us more prickly. And then again, we're going to get more resources. We need this. We can't keep going how we're going, or else, you know.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah, not sustainable. Thank you for the word I was looking for.
I'll give you plus 20 to your logic test.
And that goes off of intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
92.
31. I passed.
Don't jinx your teammate.
They're accepting the logic.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say was in it for them?
More resources, like more access to like water and medicine and food, and then also greater protection. And
because they would
increased security.
Yeah.
And also, like, my guys, like the general and the other military guys would know that, like, if we got hit with like a big force of gene stealer cults, like they could probably
annihilate you guys.
Right. Like there's a lot of us, but not enough to withstand a ton of gene stealers.
Well, the crowd rolled really, really well, and Matthias rolled a 92 to resist.
Oh.
And so he shuts up. And it seems like people are being positive. So now you can make the command test at a plus 40.
All right.
Because you put a lot of effort into this. And if you don't make the roll, you deserve it.
That's true.
Oh.
90?
I rolled a 91. Woo! I totally don't make it. Dude, he's a tech person, so he cannot get any more fellowship. Like it wasn't even an option. Does command go off fellowship or willpower?
It's fellowship.
Okay.
Check that, please.
Yeah.
It's fellowship.
Oh yeah.
I have the skill, and it's fellowship.
We're gonna say that you're just at a loss for words right now. Maybe you're like choked up that they're actually responding. You're still coming down from being angry.
Yeah.
Does somebody want to step in and try to
Mr.
raise the
morale?
Jeez.
Come over here.
No.
Oh wait, no.
Oh.
Don't burn anybody.
I was gonna tell you too. You also don't have to light the hand on fire to heat it up. You can get that thing sherry hot. But it still spends the use of the canister.
That'll be good for...
But you can straight just brand people.
When my insanity increases and I have more self-mortification, I'm just like...
Oh my gosh. These dice are being bad.
But yeah, branding
what the heck?
be useful.
You start a creed where all of your followers have to have the hand. Just on the center of their chest or something. Nasty. Okay.
Alright.
Roleplay.
Golly. There's like 70s and 90s.
Yeah.
Bad.
I don't know what's happening. I'm ready for you whenever, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to formulate things.
$17, $21, $57, still would have passed. $99. Alright.
My friends, we come here today giving you a purpose. The way I see it, you have two choices. You can sit here in your walls and wait till the world collapses in on you and you all die pitiful deaths, having lived worthless lives, stagnating. On the other hand, we have opportunity to not just survive, but fight back and spread. When worst comes to worst, you need to find it in yourselves to do what must be done, even if it is difficult. We sit here moaning and groaning about the dangers, when if you do nothing, you will die. We are taking that factory. Yeah. I'll just stop there.
Well, I'm inspired.
Archimedes steps forward.
Alright, Archimedes, come on.
I'm gonna have to kill him.
And he looks at you, and he spits on the ground in front of you. And he turns around, and he's like, we don't know him. We're not your friend. You know, you guys talk about a lot of things, but we are safe behind these walls. We've been safe these many months. No gene stillers have tried to attack us. Not a lot, anyway. We've pushed back any assaults. Do we really want to kneel back down to doing someone else's bidding? Right now, we can work together. We all have our lives, our time, our families. Do we really want to go back to labor for the Adeptus Mechanicus?
How much
That's
labor
worked.
were you doing as a tax collector?
Did Josh just say that?
Yes.
There's actually some chuckling in the crowd, and he turns out and he's like, you shut up. What even are you?
What even are you, Archimedes?
Nerd! Archimedes is a nerd!
But really,
Please
how much
no.
tactical information do you know? Do you understand what strategies are being utilized to keep you safe and the numbers that you're losing
He
in
turns
order to do
around
that?
and he pulls a gun out of somebody's holster, and he's like,
my gosh.
I'm not giving up my family.
Okay, no one needs a hothead right now. Let's all calm down. Your family is going to be more safe. But what do we know? We're just military.
Can I do a scrutiny test to see like how willing he is to actually shoot that gun?
True.
Or like his real reasoning for being such a
I rolled an 8.
B-word?
Nice.
Finally.
He's very frustrated, but you're pretty positive there's no bite behind the bark. He's not even holding the gun, right?
I want to just slowly walk up to him and just very calmly but firmly put the gun back down and just stare right in his eyes.
He's holding your gaze, but only out of stubbornness.
This is a
But he's
civil
shaking.
conversation. We only point guns at bad guys.
He starts crying.
I'll just let him cry.
I'll just let him cry.
Well, what you're clearly very emotional about this. You're passionate. What is actually concerning you?
Matthias steps forward. He's like, he's lost his whole family to this uprising. So have I. So have a lot of us. Some say that Being on this planet's a curse. And we're all damned.
Well, that's not true. I purified plenty of people down in depths.
Well, if that's the case, wouldn't you want to go out with some redemption?
I don't want to go out at all.
None of us do, but if you're going to,
fair.
if we're all cursed and damned and whatever, isn't there some, like, how are you going to make amends just sitting here?
None of us want to go out.
Heck no.
Yeah, and this is our best option
Keep going.
for preventing that. Matthias, you know that. I know, like, we've held back some minor assaults from the cult. But, you know, if they even focus their attention on us, like...
Logic test.
Yeah, logic test. There we go.
Based on what you know and what you've learned with Malin, that's probing techniques. The Genestealers are just sending expendable forces just to test the strength and to see how valuable it is to attack.
Yeah. You know that those are just probes. You know, they're seeing where our defenses are strong, where they're weak, what kind of weapons we use, what we have in here, and if it's even worth it for them to take us out. And they might not do it now, but eventually they're going to come here with an actual force, and we're not going to be able to stop that. This is the only way for us to prevent everyone in here from dying.
Why are these dice rolling so low? I'm going to reroll.
Crazy.
97. He falls to his knees.
Licks your boots.
And he's like, I'll go. I'll go.
What about Mark?
Where is he going? Oh, yeah, to the forge. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're not going anywhere.
And what are you talking to? Nice.
Yeah. Solid.
Do a command test, and I will give you a plus 50.
90.
Oh
91,
my gosh!
baby.
How dare you say that? Yeah, I definitely rolled a 91. How much did you give me? Plus 50? Yeah, that's an 88.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know what it is tonight.
You're not very commanding. You're worn
Matthias says, we'll go, but only after the Mechanicum get here. We want an escort.
Okay. I think they're coming to help us take the forge, so that should be no problem.
They were going to meet you at the forge.
It's a 3-day journey.
It's a 3-day journey.
I'm going to say, well, they're
think it's a 3-day
meeting
journey.
at the forge, so that's not going to be possible. Come on, Matthias. Matthias, I'm exhausted. I don't have time to do this. Seriously, after you guys go there in this hard journey, I'm going down to the freaking depths.
First, we're going to space.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the space. I'm worried about the depths. These guys went down there with like a whole special team, and they're all dead except for these 3. And I'm going down there for you.
2.
Oh yeah, just 2 came back. Oh my gosh.
Out of 9.
Out of 9.
To be fair,
A lot of them were NPCs.
2 of them that died didn't die in the I guess
Hey.
Titus died in the depths.
No, don't say this. I'm trying to
Anywho,
install the fear of God in him. Yeah, I'm gonna say one of them was a space marine.
We weren't supposed to tell anybody, but
He's
like that.
He crit 5 to scrutiny you because professional hired gun.
Yeah.
Knows you're not lying. Pales a little bit.
well, also I'm right here.
Kind of fails a willpower
I was
test.
there.
Well, he didn't care about you.
They don't trust any
I definitely.
You were mean to his friend.
I came back from it.
You did. You're fierce. You're not supposed to be liked.
It's true.
Still.
One
Like
kind
to
of
be
fear how much they
appreciated.
love me.
I was gonna say I want them to be scared of how much they love me. Is he one of my soldiers?
Mm-mm.
No. He's just some dude in here that does the scavenging. Alright.
Have multiple personalities real quick and be your other dude.
Jez.
Because he's with you.
Oh yeah, is Jez supporting me in this, or is he just chilling? I feel like Jez would support me.
I thought you already said he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
He is supporting you, but now he's like, oh, a 3-day journey.
Oh my gosh. You know what I hate about this? I'm like their leader, and they like followed me through everything, and then they're like,
I don't know.
"No, your willpower is too low to affect you to command us."
You know what it's been?
What?
They followed you through
Bad
everything,
dice.
but you've spent too much time away from them.
Oh my gosh! I bring them back stuff.
They
But
can't
You
be
bring them back
caught.
water filters.
You haven't led them from the camp.
So
Is there
Jez
whole-
has led them from the camp
Is their whole
But
goal
Jez
to get,
is also.
what's their goal?
just to survive.
Survive.
Yeah.
He didn't
Make
really
their
have a goal for them.
But it sounds like they hate this planet. Is the idea to get them off the planet?
No. I don't want to tell them about the ship because I've been rolling so bad, and I'll probably roll a 90, and then they'll panic and run for the ship, and then
Hold
they'll all
up.
die.
What does Jasper want to do without that out-of-game communication?
That's true.
I don't think I knew that or knew anything about it really.
Yeah,
I just know that there's
no
like
one knows
refugees
about the ship.
and they're supposed to help us with Forge. I don't even know what ship you're talking about. To be honest.
No, you were in the meeting.
We've spoken.
Yeah,
Who
Cassix.
doesn't pay attention?
Cassix was like, yeah, I'll get your refugees. And
in secret.
Yeah, they're
tech
talking
Yeah,
in
they were
their
talking-
Oh, and you
robot.
didn't share that?
No, he didn't share that
I didn't
part.
share the ship part.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
dang.
Never mind.
Well, because we
What
weren't
is that?
invited.
I mean,
I
it's
don't
an
know
extra
that I
4
care
people,
anyways,
It's
but we
fine.
also know how bad those places are. So
Yeah.
he's either getting eaten by monsters or slaved for the rest of your
Oh
life.
no, I'm not saying I'd be like super down for it. I'm just trying to figure out what these people want. What will make them more coerced.
Yeah, those turds.
Don't deal with
They
trash.
want assurance of safe passage to the forge.
Oh my gosh, it's a 3 journeys hike. A 3 days hike. 3 journeys. I don't even know.
3 days journey.
They don't.
I'm just not going to command people anymore.
I almost don't blame them either. 80,000 people walking across a 3-day path in a war zone.
It's
Dude,
only
you know what's
30.
so stupid about this? It was one test. Like, it was fine. We went narrative, like, it should have just been like, oh, okay. Like, and of course, like, it was like, let's just get super complicated.
That's every time. No,
Seriously,
we
it's
should
always
mention
the
the
simple
Inquisition.
things like, hey, they should just listen to you. Nope. In fact, they want to kill each other.
well, okay.
Everything's falling apart.
They've
Is there
started eating
something-
people.
Is there? Yesen.
Yesen?
You heard me.
Yes.
What?
So,
Perform a miracle.
is there something that we can use that can like give them a strategy for this journey so that they can feel a little bit more secured? Like if we have like
A
teams
plan.
and like.
Let's get them on a train.
No!
That's freaking not. We've established that trains are bad juju.
Yeah, like any moving vehicle is terrible, but trains are the worst of them all.
We have 0 luck with trains.
Yeah, like literally 0. Every time
Well,
we've been on a
I
train.
did okay.
You will with that attitude.
We could.
But did the train
Will-
survive?
We
Okay.
could
It's always one or the other.
use Guncutter to follow them and scout.
3 days.
Well, we have Thaddeus's birds.
Oh, Thaddeus is going with them.
I'm going, and I do have servitors and my drones and stuff, but it won't be enough to cover 80,000.
It's 30,000. It's only 30.
No, it's 80,000.
It's not.
They're all going.
Why are they? No, they're not.
Yes,
because
they
a bunch
are.
of
They
them-
all have to go.
But they're scavenging and stuff. I thought we
They're
said that this
scavenging.
was gonna be.
They gotta
They're bringing the
scavenge
stuff
near
to
the
the forge.
Yeah, the forge is their new base.
Yeah,
Basically.
they're moving homes right now. That's why there's such a
Is
big
the forge
issue.
is the forge way better than this base?
No.
Probably.
It probably
Okay,
is way
probably
here's
better.
different.
here's what's better. There are quarters for the
There's
forge
toilets.
workers. Yeah.
Truly.
And honestly, if you get the forge up and running, you might be able to get running water. It won't be purified running water, but
That's why he brought the
tab.
So, but if we get them, pros and cons. If we move them all at the same time, we have strength in numbers. But if the gene stealers are like, oh hey, there's movement, and they all just.
But there's like, I mean, they know how to. They're not dumb, you know. There's a bunch of guys who are in the military there. They've been fighting and scouting and stuff, so they know that like all the old people and the young, like they'll be in the middle, and then they'll have the militaries like in the front and on the sides, and they'll have people scouting ahead and all that. Like they're not. I don't know.
But if we moved them in groups, would that be more beneficial and give us a better advantage?
This might be a wild idea, but what about those big ol' floaty cargo-y ships that we blew up one on accident?
Oh, the cities.
Way up
there.
there.
It's
The
like a
barges?
city, dude.
Yeah, are they that big?
They're pretty.
Yeah.
They're pretty big.
They did each have like 400,000 people on them or something.
But then again, like 80,000 people. I don't know how hard it'd be to get one of those. That would also probably make the journey like an hour.
But we'd have to get one, and then we'd have to clear it for gene stealers.
That's what
They just need to walk there. I'm so sorry.
Just start walking.
All right, we're going narrative. They walk there.
Of the
you didn't
United
roll for it.
States.
They still don't want.
Cloaked.
It's long and my
Right.
legs hurt.
Have anything?
You will give me that
used
fact.
for this?
I don't even know what to do anymore. They're just not listening to
You suck.
Thaddeus says, well, we could get gene stealers to attack them.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
They could run to the forges if they won't walk.
Oh shoot!
No.
Just trying to be logical.
How,
Yeah.
what? How is that logical?
Aren't there any nearby like military detachments that aren't the robots anyways? Like the guards?
The guards in the
something?
basement, and then I think the rest of them are just like in pockets or
Yeah.
like just destroyed.
There's still pretty large forces of resistance,
Yeah,
but not on level 238.
on level 237
Oh, they're up there.
and 239.
Oh, they're down
There's a train though.
I should have just burned a fate point.
How is this?
I feel like I should have.
You want to protect families, correct? You want to be safe? Well, if we don't get this factory up and running, the Inquisition is going to call for exterminatus. You know what that means? Everyone dies.
They're all like, oh,
there. Yes.
Someone asked a question earlier, just really quick, about if the forges had better security.
I did.
Yes or no?
It would be
They
a
would probably-
built construct rather than a scavenged construct, so the defense would be a lot better.
Go.
He's not smart enough to think that.
Yeah.
He's just like, everyone dies if we don't do this. You want to find some way off? Working with the people who have a way off is probably the best way. If you want to stay here, working with the people who are trying to keep us alive is probably the best way.
I'm going to double down on that. I'm going to say, hey, listen, I know you want a secure escort, but they don't. We can't do that. You guys have to provide your own security, and I know you guys can. But if you guys stay here, you're going to get overrun, and we won't be able to spread our little tech all over the place that we need to as quickly as we need to.
You should name that scanner.
Name it.
George.
You don't have to right now, but
Oh, we named it earlier. Zip, zap, zop. Is that what you said?
Absorb.
Zip, zap, zorb.
A better.
Triple Z.
So it's sleeping.
Yeah.
Z wants one.
This was funny too. Do a command test
Okay.
to assist his command that he's about to do.
Gosh
This
dang it.
fails.
Don't roll anything yet,
I
Tanner.
definitely
Okay.
assist him.
Huh?
Assist.
You did?
Yeah.
All right.
Now roll.
You have
I
plus
do have an
30.
82 in command.
Oh, I definitely get it.
Woo!
Freaking finally.
Now do they fail? A 90.
Freaking finally.
They're like, it's like pulling teeth, but they're finally like, fine, I'll just go.
I'm like really embarrassed because I was have a gang of people. They like basically worship me.
Super
I'm
like, they're
I have encountered
God.
groups of people who basically worship people.
Thaddeus
And
is like,
they are not like my people.
Thaddeus is like, didn't he judge us?
Alright, Colonel.
I felt very judged by Terrigen.
Oh, yes. He's not as
Jargon is
effective as he likes
pretty-
to.
Terrigen probably would have killed the Astropath too.
I definitely just.
I don't want to hear it from you guys. You guys are freaks.
Excuse me.
You're like a. I guess Joss
Just
is
help
it.
de-escalate.
I
your problem.
resurrected Astropath for you.
Thaddeus is like, yeah, he resurrected. Yeah.
This guy's a
see his
freaking-
hand? He's got
Freaking
authority.
soothsayer.
Dude, Thaddeus has sewn into you like so much. Like, just get the man. You're his new Thaddeus. Or his Titus.
I'm like embarrassed,
Oh,
but then I'm
no.
like, I don't need to be embarrassed. This guy killed what we needed.
What we
And
needed.
you're a soothsayer.
It's not the first.
Excuse me, I'm
Yeah,
the
you're
only
not-
reason that you're.
In the short amount of time that we've known each other.
You're not. You don't have a mutiny on your head. That's not true. Everybody else was also helpful.
I'm so mad that happens.
So bad.
A session that
So,
should
Thaddeus-
have gotten us to the forge.
Thaddeus is like trying to establish, some relationships and stuff, and he's like, all right, I will journey with them, but I honestly think that my focus will probably be on the communication. And then when the Skitari get here, I'll link with them.
Good luck, friend.
Because your people are a lot.
I know. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It was
I have my
fault.
servitors. They can't
I
touch
knew I
Oh.
should have kept all the Irish
Uh,
military.
Do we know where
Mirari is.
Mufasa,
Mirari.
Marie Rari.
Mofo.
Marie Rari?
Marie Rari.
Do you know where Marie Rari is?
Oh. I haven't been here in a couple months. Jez, where's do you know Mirari, that tech priest that linked up with us? She's usually pretty helpful.
She's a dominant.
She should be coming back soon. She's been scavenging.
She's still bald.
She was bald?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good decision.
Oh, you're bald.
Yes.
Is your beard
We
back?
can't.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been trimming.
I'm just gonna cut some stuff out because I do want next session to happen. Back when Faxian was dealing with Mirari, I don't know if y'all remember the description that I gave for Mirari. I'll just repeat that. But then I'm gonna update her description. She was a tall, slender woman in deep red robes. Her eyes had been replaced with blue visor lenses, and cybernetic enhancements had been installed on all non-facial portions of her head. All locations not covered by robes indicate that she has new crisp armor. I'll update that in a second.
Oh my gosh.
She has a big shot coil whip and a plasma rifle with a curious Weber attachment. 2 plasma pistols are on a couple mechadendrites as well. And then she has a light jetpack. And then for Faxian, whenever she was like moving her hands around, he was supposed to notice that her right arm cybernetics didn't quite line up, and it looked like she had a recent repair job. I think that was because Joss cut her arm off.
Nice.
And then
See, you tried to shoot her, but
her dogs are specifically selected by initial breed build and all look to have custom modifications. She had 2 shield/range builds, and then 4 were assault and close ranged. But now she just has 3 dogs.
yeah,
Cursed
sorry.
tonight.
And then she her new armor, it's all battered to hell. She's done a good job of maintaining it. But some pieces are replacements and some aren't as fancy. And her face, the lower part of her face, like she's just got kind of like a bandana like thing just covering the lower half of her face. And it looks like the top part of her face is almost like a porcelain doll.
Ew.
Like, it's just built. So something happened there.
Gross.
And then, yeah, she still has the jetpack, but you've never seen her fly. And then I might even cut her down to like 2 dogs.
Rip.
Yeah, I think she's just got 2 dogs. And one of them is clearly being used to like bring supplies and like the stuff that she scavenged, she puts on her dogs. But yeah, she comes walking in through the gate and she's like, "What's up with that fancy gun cutter?" And she sees you guys. Intelligence test to see if she remembers you.
Yeah, there's only one person who.
Oh,
She's
I don't have to take
recognized.
your intelligence test.
Yeah,
You remember.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember.
She doesn't recognize you at all. She rolled a 93. She's just
It's the new leg.
you. You know.
Mostly the leg.
And you look at her and she's just tired.
Excellent. Worn down.
It's
Beaten
been
down.
a hard 6 months. I mean, her text and stuff, it's all functional, but
Just worn all out.
and she's got some like gas tanks that are on her dog, and she's like, "This was all the water I could find." To you, she like sees you.
yeah,
It's okay. We're gonna be moving soon to a place that water shouldn't be an issue. Also,
Where are we moving?
what's the name of the forge?
We're moving to a forge.
Except
That'd be cool.
we actually need you for something. Are the people still here or are they gone?
Ironheim.
They're working back to whatever.
Yeah.
Fortress,
Yeah,
It's not Ironheim. Ironheim's
That's
really.
what it
That's what
said.
you said.
Said Ironheim, which is a minor forge.
No, they have a minor forge there.
Oh, it was in the district.
Yeah.
Further down, yeah.
Mari, have you ever heard of something called the Hollow Forges?
roll to lie.
Yeah, kind of. Do you have scrutiny?
I
I do.
And I would be very suspicious of anything she says.
Yeah, you would probably want to use a scrutiny test.
Well, what does she say?
Oh.
She's like, yeah, I've heard of the Hollow Forges, but it's just like rumors and just, I don't know, it didn't really feel pertinent. What are you asking about?
I feel like Cassix said you knew an awful lot about the forges. Also, I rolled a 2.
Oh. She's like, you've talked to Cassix. And you can actually you can hear a gyro in her head. Like there's a humming sound. And like, she actually has kind of like an altered posture.
Hamster in her noggin. Oh, spasm.
Yeah. No, she's like, yeah, okay. I will be more serious. Why do you want to know?
We need you to take us to the Hollow Forges.
No. No, I'm not. No.
Why?
Not going back down there.
Why?
It wasn't worth it.
You mean you didn't have a blast? I did.
She went down to the depths.
Sure did.
She like looks you up and down. She's like, yeah, sure you did.
Oh, I got a new leg to prove it.
I got about a new everything, so.
Yeah, it looks like it's not working so good. We might have someone who could fix that up for you if you
I'm
wanted
sorry,
to.
do I know you?
Oh, unfortunately, yes. But we won't get into the hairy details.
More importantly, what did you see down there?
Say those hollow forges aren't exactly as asleep as I thought they would be.
Go on.
Metal bugs, perhaps?
No.
I don't know what they are.
No, nothing like that. But what I thought I'd find wasn't there.
What did you think you were going to find?
An amulet.
What kind of amulet?
It was referred to as a halo device.
Did it
Oh,
kill everything in the universe?
I have Scholastic Lore Archotech. Is that a thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be a fate point. That didn't happen. Oh, that's gonna be a fate point too. It's the end of this session. Gotta get this. What? I have only one more.
Come on!
Yeah, wait. Different dice.
Please?
What is happening?
Okay, there we go.
31.
Woo! Bad night.
Yeah, it's a terrible night.
It's cursed.
We shouldn't have met.
And I think I only passed by like 2 degrees total.
That's a good chance.
You know what halo devices are? They're basically like little fountains of youth
Yeah.
that promise a lot of power, but anyone who knows enough about them knows that it's not without a price.
They're like borderline legend stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Stuff the legend.
How's to have that? Use that for
Well, because we were just looking for information about the library. That's what Cassix wants.
The library? It's there.
Oh, that's good.
There's a library.
It will be helpful when you guys
What?
there.
But what has overrun the forges?
Nothing.
Well,
Except for the forges.
What kind of guards are protecting the forges?
The forges themselves.
I've never seen tech like that. But I've read about it. But stuff that shouldn't exist exists. Stuff that was locked away. And the machine spirits are restless. Some of them angry. They've not been tended to for tens of thousands of years. So there's anger and resentment. I tried to calm a spirit and I lost my face
Thanks for being
and
direct about that.
my everything.
This is no question of whatever tech authority you have, but I just don't understand tech ranks. So, like, you're a Dominus, correct? If Magus Cassix were to go down there and try and coax the spirits into a more congenial attitude, do you feel like he and his people might be a little bit more successful?
If not him, no one.
He did say that once we find him, just to send him coordinates, and that he would link up with us personally, also with some Scutari, it sounds like, and other forces that he has available in the area.
So we don't even need to go in.
Just
I'd
the
prefer
doorstep.
not to go in.
Yeah, we just need to...
Plus, if you already
You
have
have to go in to get the
coordinates.
library.
Well, he
Well,
can go in.
Yeah, and if you already have the coordinates written somewhere, then that saves us a lot of time.
I would have to take you down there.
Well, then that's what we're gonna do.
Art of note-taking is lost, I see.
Yeah, you can't really navigate the depths unless you know how to navigate the depths.
That's fair.
Well, that's
Did you run into my friends the witches? They're pretty neat.
Why are you this way?
I don't know.
Why are
I
you the way
just
that you are?
really enjoy.
Apparently, she is holding some
Having
sort
friends.
of grudge. I do not know the details.
No, I just like to tell people that I have friends.
Oh, she said that.
No, I know.
I'm gonna speak in the secret tech language to her.
Ooh.
She might like it.
I'm gonna say,
Judas.
boopity bop, boopity bop.
Zip zap zip.
Zip zap zoop.
Zorp.
That's why it never works, because I say zoop instead of zorp.
You're really bad.
I'm just gonna say, listen, Mari, we just need you for this. I know it's been hard for you in the camp, and I've just been really grateful for your assistance. But this could
You
possibly...
know what?
What?
I need to adjust how her manner is. This wound was a while ago. It was like 6 months ago.
Okay.
So she's done recovery. Like, it's still like altered how she walks and how she can function,
Mm-hmm.
but she's recovered.
Okay.
So I don't want her to seem like
Broken.
it just happened. Yeah, and she can fight. She can do stuff. So sorry.
But would she be amenable to some upgrades by our friendly neighborhood Thaddeus?
Sorry, but keep saying what you were saying.
Or some down.
Oh, I'm just gonna say,
That's funny.
thank you for like everything you've done for the camp. I know you've done a lot, and we really appreciate you. But this going down to the library could get you to a spot that's better than the camp and better than the forge. I know that before this, I don't know. I would know. Your status was pretty high, and you're used to a certain level of living.
Dominus typically command armies.
Right. And this could be a way to get you back with the Skitarii and with your people in a higher fashion, potentially.
Get your dogs
Okay.
back.
Yeah, I'm willing. And then, did you say something about upgrades?
Oh, I had mentioned.
Upgrade complete.
I had mentioned in passing a couple minutes ago, like, she was like, yeah, I lost my face girl. And I was like, well, we can potentially get you a new one.
Thaddeus he steps forward and he's like, yes, I can offer you a servo skull that will help with your cogitators. Why are you laughing?
Because it was a weird word. I don't trust.
Just to help with thinking.
With your
Personally, I would
cogitators.
not want anything helping me with cogitation.
Oh my gosh.
I thought you were a priest. Do you do that?
I can
Oh,
cogitate just fine by myself.
She accepts the skull and she plugs the wires into a pretended coil so the skull like
Is that
hovers there.
Deco's skull?
No, there's no way he'd use that.
Thaddeus like, I have a better use for that.
Ooh, yikes. He's gonna use it for his own cogitation.
I'm sorry to anyone who watches this video.
I just imagine
We're good people.
Deco
Kinda.
in the warp, just like floating around, and then he's like, something's happening.
Oh no.
Future cartoon.
What?
I don't even know how to begin drawing that.
No, just him floating in the warp in one frame, and then him going, wait. And the other.
Spidey sense.
Cool.
And just
And then just
Okay,
like,
I'm gonna go narrative. I'm gonna wrap the session up.
Okay. This is
Yeah.
probably
So, my goodness. Well, we are recording, dang it. Why couldn't we get session 55 back? Give this one to you.
This is among our best.
Are you guys ready to go?
I'm sorry.
We were gonna end at 8:30. Y'all did this.
No, you did this.
You sound
The dice did
Dude,
this.
seriously,
It was the
I have
dice.
never rolled 90 so much in my life. I was practicing with all the dice in between, and like it was either a 50 or below or a 90. There's no in betweens.
Weird.
I know. Watch now. It's gonna be a 90.
Nah.
It is. Freaking. Oh wait, no, that's a 69.
Whatever.
Sucker.
Anyway,
Anyways.
okay, so Dominus Mirari agrees to come with you.
Good.
Thaddeus.
Gosh, dang it.
Thaddeus retracted his offer to help escort the refugees, but he is going to ride with you in the gun cutter up into the portal's edge, and then he will depart. And he'll start working on the communications, but he's going to work on Mirari a little bit, and then after that, you guys will be free to. Well, actually, so you're getting Mirari, but you guys were going to space first.
Yeah.
So Mirari's just going to be with you for a while.
Sure is.
Did we go to space?
Next time.
No, that's next time.
Okay.
We'll have a session about it.
Yep.
And then I'll wrap the session up. I guess we should see who was the best role player.
I don't even know.
It definitely wasn't you.
Hey,
Why would it be?
Because you didn't do
Because I
anything.
rolled bad,
Yeah.
but I actually role played.
Yeah, and you yelled, and it was scary.
That was scary.
That was good role playing.
Just bad
Bad
dice.
rolling.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? There's so much to this game that's like up to chance. You know, there's times where you definitely should succeed and then you don't, and there's times where you shouldn't and you do.
Mm-hmm. Frequently you do when you really shouldn't.
Yeah.
I never know. Spell anybody's names in this group.
Well, people pick stupid names.
Excuse me?
I was talking to one person.
There we
specifically.
go.
I like Terrigen.
I'm glad you like Terrigen. Hey, Kat.
I can't even remember anyone else's. What's your dude's name?
Jasper.
Yeah,
Jasper.
Jasper, Joss, Crisis, Regis Kane?
Regis.
Regis Kane.
Regis Kane.
And then Terravangian.
Regis Kane sounds like Uncle Sam's brother.
Since nobody replied, I'll just ask you now. What's your all's Tuesday availabilities?
Oh, did you? I don't remember.
Tuesdays and Thursdays work pretty good for me.
Yeah,
I have class till 7:30 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Okay. Yeah, I talked with my manager and I told him that I would work whatever shift. Wait, you have classes Tuesdays and Wednesdays? What does everybody's Mondays look like?
I'm busy.
I think it's fine. I
Tanner?
think.
Monday?
Yeah.
Just have I work until 1:30 and then I do homework and stuff until like 4 or 5, so I should be good
Okay.
in the evening.
Yeah, if we need, we'll switch to Mondays then.
Here we go. Dude, even you at the end, you had to use like all your fate points, right?
I rolled 3 80s in a row.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even understand.
Yeah, I think our dice are just mad.
I rolled once this session.
I had one good roll. I rolled really well to like
Yeah, I did.
scare the dude with the gun.
I did great.
Yeah, you have good rolls.
I rolled a 2.
You know what's crazy? When Cody gave me like the plus 30,
It was like,
I
It was
just
just kind of a
I rolled
funny
a
one.
91.
Yeah.
And then he gave me a plus 50 and I rolled a 99. And that was one off. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my
I think the
gosh.
99 is also like the insta fail anyway.
All right.
Like, you can't win.
Here we go.
Yikes.
Tarragon really earned those bonuses even if his dice didn't think so. Terrigen for persistence in the face of failure.
So much failure.
Jasper only
The whole
only one. The only one who didn't screw up,
But you
and something Matthias. I don't know.
calmed.
Oh yeah, when he.
Oh, and calm.
We only
Fuck down
point
crazy
guns
man.
at enemies.
Yep.
That was
bad
Um,
guys.
Bad guys.
And then
Actually a nice guy.
Isabella Johnson, great voice.
I love that. That's great. Brand new character. Saving that one for later.
Can-
Whoever dies next.
Can I
episode.
retract mine and also give it to Isabella?
Like that was just Hey,
Hey,
you guys
guys.
should listen to him. He saved my life. He
She
saved
sounded
my
like a
life too."
SpongeBob character. She didn't sound real. I was like, oh my gosh, my camp's been infiltrated.
Are you selling chocolate?
Oh no.
And then Terrigen for making his own people cry.
Yay.
There, you filthy animals.
You
All right.
animals.
Yeah.
Big
200,
dirty apes.
200 to everybody, and I don't even know if you should get an extra 200 Terrigen.
Wow, come
But
on.
I'll give it to you anyway.
Man, you made us vote for these.
All right, everybody. That's it for the session. I don't
Don't
really...
sound so disappointed.
I thought it was a great session.
It was a lot of
Could
fun,
have been so much better.
but we still got stuff done.
Look,
Sometimes
that
you
just
need
means
those
that means
sessions,
next
though.
session.
No,
will
it
be
was
great.
it was
failure.
funny, dude. Honestly, it's about to get real. So
I'm glad we
This is
failed
the
when we were
comedy
doing literally
before the pain or
nothing.
death.
Besides,
Your
pretty
plan-
much every session is a chain of failures.
your plan has started terribly.
If we went into a fight with those rolls, I think the campaign would have just ended.
Yeah, I'm actually really happy that we used all those rules tonight.
Yeah, you guys are gonna roll really good next time,
We're
and
gonna
there
come back
might
with
be
a
combat.
vengeance.
I honestly like, how is Matthias still alive? How is Archimedes still alive?
No, there was about to be some shooting.
Yeah.
Were we
Because
good?
if you said like, "Oh, he looks like he's a crazy person," I was gonna be like, I'm gonna shoot his gun,
Yeah.
and if I miss, oh no.
That was my one thing. I was like, I might be able to kill someone and get away with it. But then I rolled and I was like, nope, just kidding.
No,
They don't even know who I am anymore.
They've forgotten me. All right, everybody, go watch Netflix.